All right, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans. I am merely WXFan21, who is humbly graced by the presence of the one, the only, one of the top 6 racers in this tournament, and all-around fantastic people. It is none other than Eddie. Eddie, what is up?
Thanks, WX. Very excited to be calming this match with you. Osse versus Andy, two titans of their field. These players are no strangers to racing each other. Both of them champions in SMZ3. Both of them having lots of experience, so not the first time they've met up in various tournaments. So I'm pumped for playing or watching and doing comms against both these players with their 4-letter names.
Absolutely. Clearly you beat them by having a 5-letter name, so that clearly makes you better than them.
Yep, exactly.
No, I am
better.
Only kidding. So I'm very excited to be doing commentary with Eddie, and I want to give a special shout out to PSI Tricky 19, who's doing the first time tracking. So make sure you give them a shout out, and we're gonna talk more about them later. We're gonna get these racers synced up for you. Andy has elected Team Left, and what a surprise, Eddie! We're immediately finding West Ocean again.
Okay, before we say anything, I have to point out that Osse specifically chose to play Andy's pug skin, and Andy is not playing the pug skin, so that's a flex already.
I love it. The mind games!
I'm gonna get confused thinking that Osse's actually Andy here.
So yes, PSI Tricky 19 is tracking. It is his first time tracking, so make sure you give PSI a little hype in the Twitch chat. Osse now gonna head over to the right after taking the reset. Interesting, West Ocean's gonna connect to the back of East Ocean.
Yeah, you know, that's funny. West Ocean goes to East Ocean. Like, this is all messed up, but yes, East Ocean. You can go down there, you cannot get back, so we know logically that we have to go to the right, and...
Yep. Grapple morph.
Immediately justified into morph. So this is kind of funny. Sometimes you're like, okay, what does the grapple get me, right? But the grapple, in fact, lets you get across the moat and immediately lets you get that morph. So right off the bat, we're no longer thinking about what does grapple get me. We're now thinking about what does morph get me. And there's exactly one item that we can get with morph, and that is going to be in West Ocean, which is to the east of East Ocean.
So my guess is either a gravity or high jump.
You know what? I'm gonna go with space jump.
I could see that too, yeah.
Or screw attack. I'm gonna say it's one of those two.
Oh, to open up gauntlet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's bombs, that's just the siege starting a troll already.
Oh, power bombs. Okay, all right. Make it a full
gauntlet.
To the gauntlet we go. You know, if we saw bombs, Osse would immediately potentially get a sizable advantage, just because I don't know. Actually, I think Andy may have practiced the double bomb jump, but Osse is very experienced at the double bomb jump. Saves a lot of time. I think map rando is kind of where people, even experienced players, think about having to learn that. But yeah, with the power bomb is only one way to go, to the gauntlet entrance.
You know, Eddie, I was doing commentary earlier for the Dash Rando tournament. I found it myself way too much thinking map rando logic, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta put my map rando commentary brain to the side here. This is not map rando.
Yep, exactly. Map rando specifically with the tricky item progression that we choose typically will lock behind things in that specific way. If we play normal item progression, then it's more just like, oh, go wherever you want and then just check every item, because who knows, it could be wherever.
Absolutely.
Speaking of tricky item progression, so tricky and challenge will typically lock items behind hard level tricks because we're playing hard difficulty. So typically when you see this section right here, you always want to check this item, because this is a hard level trick to get up here and grab these items with wall jumps, because it is in fact a little bit difficult. So
Eddie, if we had stupid as one of the availability for tricks, well, a lot of racers would put sky missiles as a stupid item location to get this early. But both of them get their missiles with absolutely no problem. How many times have we seen sky missiles have, like, morph ball or something very important?
Speaking of stupid, I mean, it kind of made us all look stupid because it was just missiles. I mean, I guess missiles are kind of important, but yeah.
No, missiles aren't important. I was told you only need charge and plasma beam. What is this missile nonsense?
You know, I gotta say something.
Yes. Bomb Teresa fight?
Not even randomized.
Oh, yeah!
You know?
Well done, well done.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bombs
I-
at Bomb Terizo.
Listen, one of the seats earlier between the race I was commentating, too many vanilla items. I was getting mad at the seat. I'm like, I came to commentate rando, I did not commentate vanilla!
All right, so what I will say with the bombs at Bomb Terizo, that does open up the top right of landing site. So we're gonna probably see Osse go for the double bomb jump to get to the top. That might save time, though. If I remember correctly, I think Andy eventually. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I think Andy may have learned it. So we'll see. Now that's always a little annoying seeing that green door because this little connector in the center will dead end at the right, implying that there is a good chance that there's like an item that's just sitting there blocked by the super missiles that we can't check. I kind of wish the runners ran over to the left. They may have checked when, you know, the stream was lagging a little bit, but it would be nice to know if that item under ocean that's blocked by the super missile is useful at all, or if it's not.
I didn't see either race or peek it.
Yeah. See, the other thing is if you Osse missing that double bomb jump, but if you run over to the top, you can't see the item, but on the mini map you can see it. So you can see if it's like a major or just a missile. If it's just a missile, then you know you don't have to really come back for it at all. And yeah, Andy is going to try to double IBJ.
Also, you're not the only one who was a little confused. Someone in Twitch chat also said a little confused that Andy's not using his own skin.
Yep. And Osse is using it. Look at that, Andy with the double IBJ.
Beautifully done.
Well played, well played. Just missiles, okay.
Yeah, we'll take
So we do
those.
have power bombs. That means all of this green brin shaft. I don't know where the map is. I'm sure one of them paused at some point, but yeah. Plenty of stuff to get over here at the green bin shaft. You know, I think I might have liked to see Osse check that bottom right door. Oh, wait, but there's a map right here. Okay, never mind. Oh, Pantoon? Or no?
Pantoon, come on.
Nope.
No. Boo!
Yep. Okay, and he fell, and he's gonna be
hello.
like, hey, let's check this door, and he's gonna find Ridley according to the map right there. So.
Hi, Ridley.
Yep. Time to leave.
Yeah, bye.
Yep, I'm out of here.
Time to go play with the Etacoons.
All right, so I didn't know if I saw any majors immediately on Osse's screen, but right now
I did not know.
They have to treat the hollow dots like majors because they don't have any super missiles, and there's a lot of super doors that were locking them out recently. So
Ooh,
yeah,
Bailey Mace.
Gotta just the reserve. Yeah, gotta treat the hollow dots like just as important as a major right now because it would be hard to progress without the super missiles.
Yeah, sorry. I adjusted my gains, Arthur, and my apologies. All right, so that's an out of the way hollow dot, but it's really something the racers should go get.
Okay, so there is a major in East Ocean. So this is kind of nasty because with the E-Tank and with the reserve, I don't know if this is enough, but there is a sequence on the left. I think Osse is just gonna go up and go for that hollow up there, but
yeah,
there's a possibility that at the very top that hollow is gonna be an E-Tank. And if that's an E-Tank, then they're gonna have to go through Leodoc's room into a pre-cathedral hell run, which is pretty nasty, and you have to finish with the bomb jump at the end to return. So I want to see an E-Tank here. I think that'll be really exciting.
Sounds terrible. Let's go for it.
All right, show me the E-Tank. Don't show me the super. Show me the E-Tank. It's very possible.
No, it's supers. Right. It's logical supers.
Man, that would have been fun. But
Eddie,
yeah,
I think you and I had our fun with Nevdia notes. I don't think the seeds want to be that nice to us again.
Nah, I'm a sucker for fun. That would have been a lot of fun. Yeah, I think
this is going to be a ton of fun.
Yep.
So, yes. All right. So we see the majors, like you said, over by East Ocean. The map's unlocked. So we know, again, if they peaked it, we would have seen what it is. But the logical progression out of here is head back, grab the major, and head to Norfair. Criteria, not a hub in this race.
Yep, everything else is probably filler. There is, just because something's filler doesn't mean it can't be progression. There's a chance that, the game will put a progression item somewhere, and then all the extra empty spots, it goes, let's just throw a bunch of filler items there. If it slams down 4 E-Tanks, and then it decides, okay, what's the next progression item? It knows that you have like 4 E-Tanks to grab, so it is possible that the E-Tanks are required and they have to get them, but as of right now, the majority of the time, if you just go, you could probably make it work, especially because there's leniency in hard, and both of these players are very strong gamers.
All right, Eddie, I figured out why the heck I was so loud. I was back at 100 on the broadcasting controls, so that's fixed. Yeah, we found the sweet spot with my commentary at 85. So this should be much more manageable. Oh, and it's gravity.
My gosh, it's a baby seed.
I said it earlier, East Ocean, we needed some of those progressions.
All right. Anyway, there you go. Gravity. You know, it makes complete sense. Because otherwise we can't get through East Ocean. That's kind of the bottleneck of the seed.
Yep.
So it makes perfect sense that it's gravity. It actually could not have been anything else. High jump alone wouldn't be enough. Base jump alone wouldn't be enough in hard logic. So yep, we could deduce that was gravity. And we'll continue. Honestly, Varia is where seeds get kind of like a little bit, I think, a slightly less interesting. Interesting in a different way, where you have to start managing your ammo in an interesting way, because you can start doing Ridley with like even 1,000,000 power bombs. And Osse is going to go ahead and grab this extra hollow dot.
Might as well.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the aspect of like, okay, when you're playing in a race situation against a strong player, the meta is typically to just avoid the hollows in almost all cases, but 1+1 is a little sparse, so it's very possible that, like, you know, they have to collect like 2 tanks to do like a kind of a nasty hell run coming up. But most of the time it pretty much never doesn't work out. Okay, so yeah, we're into Norfair now. Map's close.
Close map.
And Andy is choosing to skip the hollow, like kind of what I thought Osse would actually do.
Can you hear me now, Twitch chat?
No, I can't. Yeah, no. I had to adjust my game back, so we good. Yeah, exactly. The count's in here. All right.
Straight to the map. Oh,
gonna be an interesting map location.
Pirate Shaft is nice.
I always like the right door.
Oh, well, we could just get the map. I was gonna say I always like checking the items here, but yep, we got the map. There's a good chance you check it anyway, even though the map is there, because if it's like a major or hollow, you want to actually know what they are. And that's a major. Yep.
So wave and a missile.
Yeah.
Majors to the left. I only saw one. Oh, it's by Amphitheater. Torian, Meridia, Brinstar. Hello, Norfair is a hub. Terminator has a major, and 2 of the majors. It's Norfair full of majors, Eddie.
Spicy. Yeah, I think both these players are going to go directly to Terminator, which is at the top where the ocean, sorry, not ocean, but where Everest is. Now, there was another major along the left, but that's behind a lot of heat. And not only that, not only is it behind a lot of heat, at the very end of getting it, you have to go through Amphitheater left to right, which isn't as bad as right to left. That's the worst one in the game, basically. But there is a ton of heat blocking that one major. And yeah, that's probably not something they can do right now. So they're going to go ahead and head over to Terminator. There are a few more majors all the way on the left of the map. So that's what we're going to see. We're going to see them head up that giant Mount Everest area to the top left and continue on forward. And we'll see what they get.
They are very synced up right now. And this is great to see.
So Osse taking a little bit of lead. I don't think this is as surprising. Osse is definitely the favorite. One debatably, you know, in my opinion, maybe not even debatably, but Osse's probably the strongest map rando player of all time. Is a dev and is someone that is massively experienced.
I was gonna say, is one of the developers maybe one of the best map rando players of all time?
Here's the thing, you know, Matto gets in here, Kyle gets in here, they want to race me, I'm taking them out. Now I'm putting all my money on myself, right? But Osse's literally has... Oh, Osse's choosing to go straight down. Interesting. Not going for the majors. Yeah, Osse is, you know, has a top RBO time, is just an extremely strong runner overall in period, and knows lots of obscure tech. So that's what he focuses most of his time on. So Andy is... There's no way he goes for that, right? Osse's going for a snail clip here. Interesting.
Well, the winner of this takes on Nitro in round number 6 of the lower bracket. So, not gonna be an easy game, regardless for these two, with Nitro waiting in the wings. And Eddie, I said it during my recap show, I actually picked Osse to win this, but a fun fact is Andy has not lost one map in his lower bracket run. Not one!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I believe it. Andy's very strong. It's interesting, you know, we make this joke that Andy's coming in here, he's a Zelda 3 player, Zelda 3 randomizer guy, and he's coming in here and showing up all the Super Metroid people. Come on, what is this? But yeah, Andy's very strong. You know, he has been playing Super Metroid for, I think, longer than I have, actually, so very experienced, and absolutely is not surprising that he picked up and did so well in this tournament.
Twitch chat. Yes, Osse is using Andy's own sprite against him. The streams are, they're not different. Osse's on the left, Andy's on the right.
Osse is notorious for just always playing with a different sprite. He does it no matter what game he's playing, whether it's Zelda 3 or Super Metroid. So yeah,
he's played as the Ronald McDonald sprite before.
Yep. Well, here we go. Andy's kind of doing the route that I thought. I'm interested to see Osse decided to dip down in Brit. I guess it's about as close as he'll get to it. So I think that's why he chose to do it, but quickly went back up. Got some tanks along the way. And this is going to be interesting because with enough tanks, I wonder if he's incentivized to literally consider that crazy route where you can go through all that heat, single chamber, and then go out through amphitheater. It's probably something he's thinking about now that, oh, is he going to do it? No way. Oh, no, he's getting the power bomb here. Okay. This will be interesting. I know it's on Osse's mind, but I'm pretty sure he's thinking, I don't know if I have quite the health to do that yet, but it's very possible that something like Varia is actually tucked behind all that heat. It's not the most uncommon thing to see that happening. All right, Ice Beam for Andy, and one more major over here. What do we got? X-Ray. Ice plus X-Ray, interesting. That does put Ice Clips into Logic in hard. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually does come up. X-Ray is considered a filler item, but you know, once again, filler can be progression. And one of the very few things X-Ray does in hard Logic is put the Ice Clips into Logic. Because you can free something particularly high and then just stand up and clip it for quote unquote free. So it's one of those unique things that people talk, oh, Andy, please be careful here.
Andy with 12 hit points. Does have a full reserve, though.
He might fall all the way back down again. Okay, no, he's good. Yeah, he's got... So one of the things in Super Metroid, you may have had, like, reserves, and then you just still die anyway. That's because when the reserves trigger, the game freezes, and you actually have your iframes run out, so you get hit again. So if you have like under 50 reserves, then you won't get scammed like that. But if you have 100 reserves, you very often will get scammed and just die. So reserves are kind of jank in that way. But
so I'm confused. What happened to the racers? Did they both reset? I thought Andy had 3 energy tanks at one point.
No, I don't think so. Andy picked up some more stuff. Osse just went down, dipped the Brinstar, grabbed a few energy tanks, and now is just trailing Andy right now.
Okay. I was wondering how Andy just got ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Andy's necessarily ahead. It's just, you know, because Osse has the additional information and dips some other stuff. But, you know, at this point, I guess I would maybe consider Andy ahead because he's going to go do Osse stuff. Osse did do a snail clip, so depending on how fast Andy gets that. Oh, and he's quite good at snail
that's
clipping.
right. Osse did the aqueduct, that's why.
Yes, which funny enough is now in Logic with the X-Ray. It's
exactly.
one of the few things, but nobody does it with the X-Ray. I don't think people even know how to do it with the X-Ray. So, but that's what puts it into Logic. It's a little silly, but you know, theoretically it makes sense why it's easier with X-Ray, but nobody knows how to do it like that.
So I may have to next week. So I was saying on stream the other day that I'm going to be doing some randomizers starting next week while I start learning and prepping for Ratchet and Clank to crack on time 90%. And I'm like, I'm going to do basic with maybe a tricky, maybe a challenge. Osse goes, don't do that. I'm like, challenge accepted, Osse. Basic challenge it is.
I think basic challenge doesn't do anything. I could be wrong, but it doesn't actually do anything because Tricky and
basic.
Challenge attempts to put things in the hardest difficulty. Plasma for Andy, no charge though.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think that's the thing, like, cause if you choose challenge and then you pick hard, it'll lock everything behind hard tricks. But if you pick basic, then everything's basic. So it'll
That's
put
true.
something behind a basic trick. So which could just literally be jumping.
You all make wall jumps look so super easy. I tried one of the hard tricky seeds and I could not get to Gauntlet. Those wall jumps are so difficult.
Oh yeah, those
Nice.
wall jumps definitely are.
Yeah, nice double major for Andy, close here to the right.
Yep. Is through a little bit of heat, so oh, he's just gonna go right away. Okay, I feel like it might be a little bit safer to farm up a bit, but he's gonna try. Oh, now he's thinking because it could be a
Baby
little
room.
sketchy. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is going to. I'm a little scared for Andy. He has to nail this wall jump. It's spooky. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little spooky. Okay, he'll be fine. And then the next room he could probably farm up. Oh, charge!
Ooh, charge beam! Yes, please.
Show me the Varia. Show me the Varia. True baby seed right here. Show it to me. Andy, Osse is going ahead and picking out additional miners. Okay.
No Varia, but Spring Ball.
Spring Ball is a little interesting. I wonder if we're sort of like at the end of the logic chain because Spring Ball is not an item that actually does much at all.
Nope.
At this point, because we have the Varia suit, right? And we have bombs, which will effectively, you know, you do almost everything that Spring Ball does, just slower, essentially. So that's interesting. We at this point, I guess the world is just kind of full open world. I think Andy's just gonna go ahead and whiff the baby skip. Maybe he'll go for it, but without speed, it's a little weird.
I think what'll be interesting is, again, what we saw Bridia, which the both racers are in, Brinstar in another hub. Like, there were 3 sectors. Maybe the logic was like, head to Brinstar, pick something up there, or go back to Meridia. But Plasma, Charge, Spring Ball is pretty interesting. Are there really no bosses here?
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, I think basically because challenge is something that will literally like try to lock you every single step if you can, right? It'll give you like 20 step seeds. But tricky, after a certain point, it just starts slamming everything everywhere.
Right, it opens up.
So yeah, I think we're kind of at that point where we're on the final steps. So now because it's a little bit more open world, it's a little bit more about like, what does the Spring Ball get me? Because yeah, I'm thinking right off the top of my head, I'm thinking like, I don't think it gets us anything. So
no,
that probably means, yeah, we're just gonna have to efficiently explore as much as possible now. That's what we're kind of looking at.
I agree. Wrecked Ship is here in Meridia, though I think Wrecked Ship is probably gonna have 2 entryways. I think there was one at the west of Norfair. I could be wrong, but Andy opening up a bit of a lead now because Osse's now just trailing Andy.
Yep. So Andy definitely a little bit ahead. The Bryn kind of scouting didn't really get him much, but you can, you never want to count out. That's the last person you should ever count out in a randomizer race. That's probably the most foolish thing you could possibly do. All right, so looks like Andy is making his way over to the wreck ship. I don't know if he was able to find a save somewhere. I'm not sure when they last saved, but typically before you scout out a region, when you're at a kind of a hub, you're at a central hub of different locations, you really want to take a save, and it looks like there's a save right before this wreck ship. So he's gonna grab the save before going in, unless he saved the big pink, which is what I'm assuming he did. Yeah,
but both racers saved the big pink.
Got it. Okay.
Andy saved after the items, Osse saved before the items that he just got.
Look at that, he's happy about that. Immediately seeing the map, he's like, that's pretty sick. Map directly above him to the right. Kind of a annoying power bomb lock door right there.
Yeah.
And what do we got? Let's see.
No.
Wow. That's
nothing.
That's maybe the worst wreck ship I've seen in my entire life. That was pretty bad.
That's bad.
All right. So okay, this is getting a little interesting. With the tanks that these players have, they actually have to start thinking about what's gonna like happen, like because they can with wave beam, these players can both do Ridley, right? Osse having the extra tank is gonna make it a little bit easier. Without the wave beam, it's 30 shots. With the wave beam, it's gonna be 20 shots. The 10 extra shots does make a much significant difference.
Yes.
But a 30-shot Ridley is something that you will need to consider doing if the Ridley situation does come up. So yeah, I know at least on both these players' mind, it's probably on there. And Andy is thinking, what am I doing next? What's my next play here?
I'm thinking you go for that lower North Fair Major. That's what I'm thinking. You just, again, when you just brought up the point about the energy tanks, you fill these up, you can go do those hell runs. Those heated runs, it's only 2 heated rooms to get to the major. If that's Warrior, that is going to be a game changer.
Well, here's where things get a little bit interesting, right? Like, there is literally a chance it could just be nothing, right? Something else that I want to point out, I think the major they abandoned in the Pirate Shaft was Wave Beam. And that's actually
right,
kind of critical because Wave means both of these players are very capable of doing Ridley. It's something to think about. I think Andy's just going to go ahead and save and go into Turian. There's like a small chance to get spicy. It looks like Osse is going to go ahead and Crystal Flash. Had an extra super at Andy. Andy couldn't do this because he only had 5 supers. But Osse's going to get a full refill here. Look at that cute little pug sprite. That's so cute. What's the major?
Space!
It's the space jump. He's not sure what to do, not keeping it. He would like to keep it, but he is in a situation where there's a lot of heat to do. So, you know, this is kind of crazy. I don't remember. And Osse gets the wreck ship map, finds out the bad news. Oh man, Andy would want space for this room. This is getting like really dangerous. And I'm gonna be honest, like, this is maybe the one situation where like getting wave beam may be kind of important, because what happens if Andy runs into Ridley here? I don't know if we didn't already see Ridley, right? I don't. Maybe I'm not. We did. Okay, so
criteria bottom of the Edikun shaft.
Wait a second.
Yep, Ridley's back in criteria at Edikun's.
That's something to seriously consider. We didn't see Mother Brain, right?
Ridley is the only boss besides that we've seen so far. We haven't seen the other 3.
Oh, that's interesting. Then I think these players actually might want to consider grabbing Wave Beam and actually going back for Ridley like before they traverse too deep, because you don't want to get into a situation where you find Mother Brain and not have Ridley down. So that's the craziest situation. I've never really run into the situation where you might actually want to get Wave, if you can, and go and kill Ridley and then progress onward. That I think is a serious thing to consider right now.
Can you, if you're racers of these calibers, right, top tier racers, can you do a 30-shot Ridley fight with just what you have? You get 10 supers, and then you unload everything else you have of charged ice plasma. Can you do it with 7 tanks?
Osse could do it, I believe. It's not the easiest fight, but Osse could probably do it, but it's possible it wouldn't be first try. But yeah, I mean, it's something to think about. I think both these players saw it, right? So potentially an oversight, because they know where Wave Beam is. But yeah, this is interesting. I would almost argue that that is actually the play right now.
Yeah, because these are going to lead into, you know, where you're supposed to go. Go back and try to knock out Ridley. We've passed a lot of hollow dots too.
Yeah, I mean, it could work out either way, right? Like, they could just run down, they could get very early, and then it's much easier. But I actually think if I was on Osse's position, I'd actually grab the Wave Beam and go kill Ridley. And then you just never have to go back to this area ever again.
Osse's keeping space. Hello, Fantoon.
Osse's early minor checks really kind of helping him here. Being able to keep that space is kind of huge. So Andy will pick it up back out as long as, you know, this. Hopefully this doesn't get really out of off the rails for him. But yeah, Andy will probably end up picking it back off. He just needed that.
It's time to microwave the space elephant. Just nobody call the WWF, will you please? This is, you know, we joke it's a space elephant, but it's a stupid boss enemy. Go, bye-bye.
Goodbye, fried. Microwaved, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so short work of Fantoon, and Andy maintaining the positional lead over Osse right now, but down a few things. We'll pick them up on the way out, so it just kind of depends on what we're going to see, because that space jump is a nice can fly. If we see some rooms that require the space jump, then Andy would have to bomb jump, which could be a little bad, so we'll see. But Andy in a good
What's
position
Torian gonna
right
look
now.
like?
Oh, okay.
Brain, Fantoon, Mother Brain, and a Bubble Mountain Major. Ooh. Eddie, this is also pretty big. That's a connector into Brinstar.
Yeah, so did they come from Norfair?
Yup, and Brinstar will get you back on the Norfair, and that's
Speed.
Speed Booster.
Okay. You know, the one thing I'm kind of hoping is these players didn't forget about Ridley. It's very possible. I feel like this is sometimes that happens, but
It happens.
yeah. So, connector into Brinstar. They're basically on a Dragon hunt. That's what this comes down to. Like, who's gonna get the Dragon faster, and then who's gonna, you know, because then they're gonna kill Ridley. Both very capable of killing Ridley with this many shots, especially with super supplement. So, yeah, I mean, Andy with a positional advantage right now. We'll see how this turns out. He's going right.
Yeah, back to
and he's
Chronic
gonna go
Boost.
right. Okay, straight into Bryn from here.
Yep.
How does Bryn connect back into Criteria?
I believe, no, Bryn connects into midway through Norfair. I believe it's the toilet that gets you back into Norfair.
Yes, Osse went down Bryn and then had to back out. So
yep.
I don't
So
remember.
this seems logically like the right thing to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
done for both racers.
It's a little interesting because the Hell Run logic. Well, actually, if this loops back in a crazy way, it's hard to actually see what the logic is. Either way, I think we could tell that the logic required us to have a good amount of E-tanks, because the game did give us a good amount of E-tanks, right?
Yes.
Where is the Bryn map is the question. I don't know where it was for Osse. Oh, this could be a decoupled Bryn, because the toilet is going through here as well. So it could be one of those really troll situations where Bryn is just kind of like cut in half, and you think it connects, but it doesn't. When Andy eventually checks for the map, we're gonna find out. What was this major that they got? Was that? Oh, Speed Booster. Yeah, okay. Ooh, Andy's route's looking quite strong right now.
Yep.
Okay, Andy is now pressing pause.
Yep, and there's the toilet.
Oh, it looks like he's gonna be able to get to the map. Oh, it's a little spike. You might have to do it. He's thinking about it. There is a farm directly to the left. Save. He's got to do it now. He's done. Oh, look at that. Look at Andy right now. He's like, okay, that's a save. We're doing it now.
Somebody get
Wait,
Andy is sweating. Can someone get this man a towel, please?
Wait, okay. Well, I thought he was gonna do it, and then he was like, no, I can't do it. Then the game immediately gives him screw attack and no other option. So now he's like,
basically
all
looked
right.
at Andy in the face and said, "You will do it.
You will do this.
You will like it."
Andy just blind checks that screw. I'm pretty sure Osse takes that save. Maybe he doesn't even take the save, just goes straight there. Wow, speed 2. So
this is bad. Multiple heated rooms.
this is, oh my gosh, Osse getting the stand up on Kraid. Andy's route looking real strong right now. Are we gonna see an upset for game 1? We're gonna there's not much left to route, and Andy's strong enough execution wise to pull a lot of this off. So
Yup.
this is a pretty big get. It's Dragon. It is Dragon, and there's a major along the way. Speed locked, which they just picked up speed.
Another major. Ooh, that's Wasteland.
Is this?
I'm gonna guess Varia's on the way.
Oh wait, hold on, WX. So I think this was a decoupled Bryn. If you go to the right, I think he abandons that major. Because he's resetting, because the Bryn entrance, the toilet entrance is how you get the Dragon. It's decoupled because the toilet cuts this area in half. So this is a dead section minus that one major that's 500 miles away.
This is so bad.
If that's Varia, then it's just too far away. They can't do it. Ooh,
Look,
okay, so
we've seen these decoupled areas before due to toilet, right?
Yep.
Like one of the clips I showed off on during the recap show was during one of the escapes. It looked like a way into criteria, and not looking at the map before, the racer ran into one section that was cut off by toilet, and there was no progression. I had to go all the way back out and reset and start the escape all over again.
Yep. Okay, so here's the situation that we're seeing, right?
Yes.
Ridley and Dragon need to be killed, right?
Yes.
I think these players will do Dragon first because they're kind of like at the same juncture. It doesn't matter which one you kill first, right? So the reason you would kill Dragon first is because you would take the sand pit and you clip that major along the way down. That could easily be Varia, right? So if that's Varia, then you just, you know, you're going to get an item essentially to assist you on the Ridley fight. That's going to be the difficult one. The Dragon fight is going to be free, right? It's not an issue for both these players. You just got to take care of Dre and then take care of Ridley potentially. I think a huge serious consideration is that wave beam to have a stronger beam for the Ridley fight. So this will be interesting. Osse checking the criteria map. He might have forgotten that Ridley was there in the first place.
It's happened in this race. Not this race. It's happened in this tournament, I mean. And Osse was already at Aqueduct. I thought Aqueduct was back in Northfield. I was wondering how Andy got ahead. Osse did end up heading into Bryn, grabbing those miners in Aqueduct. Osse could easily retake the lead.
Yep.
And Andy doesn't have that space jump. Remember, abandoned it.
He could have picked it. Oh, he's gonna pick it up now. I think he's gonna pick it up now.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's a little nervous because he's got to do this heat run. He's thinking about he's got to grab that space jump, and then he has to do amphitheater. And does he have the health to do it? He's not even gonna get the space jump. He's just leaving.
Oh, this is gonna
There's
be
farm.
Really
There's farm. Okay, this is. Okay. He is so happy to see this farm. But if he's gonna skip the space
Andy,
jump, I
if
think
you're
this
happy,
is fine.
can you please smile for the camera?
Andy, I think, has been. Oh, he's gonna fall short. Okay, he's good. He's good. All right, he should be fine. This is only gonna take like 2 tanks or so. Yeah, and I think Andy may have been kind of for fun grinding a little bit of any percent. Ooh, he's taking this a little conservatively, so I think maybe he wants to make sure that he's safe for the upcoming Dragon fight. I don't think he's gonna like go back to ship or anything, and it just kind of depends on if there's farm along the way. So, yeah, I mean, Andy's got to move fast because like basically Osse's kind of trailing Andy, and Andy is and Osse's got that space jump too, so he's just flying through some of these rooms.
Imagine Andy is SpongeBob and Osse is Sandy Cheeks with a lasso, just getting ready to grab Andy and yoink him back so Osse can take the lead.
Oh, he's gonna spark here. This is so good for him. He's gonna get the E-Tank, get all of his health back, and now he's really confident for this Dragon fight. Double E-Tank. Oh my gosh, he's so happy about this. So he's gonna go straight down that sand pit, kill Dragon, and then hopefully he remembers where Ridley is. I think Osse may have potentially forgotten because Osse cycled to the criteria map and then just sat there for like 3 seconds, almost making me think that maybe Osse forgot about it. So we'll see. We'll see.
Defensive says he doesn't.
If this is Varia,
I'm guessing it's Varia. It makes space.
Nope.
It could be double. Could be double major.
It could be double. It could be double.
No.
Nope. All right.
It's just Spazer.
Okay, so this is what it comes down to. This Ridley fight is spicy.
Look at where Osse is.
Oh my gosh, he's going so fast.
He's 2 rooms away.
He's going so fast, and he's got more resources than Andy. He's catching up.
What did you say earlier? Never count out what might be the best map rando player?
Nope, you don't count him out. Oh man, Osse's... Oh, he's so fast. This guy's too good. The space jump is helping as well, so... Oh, this is crazy to see this.
They're tagged up in Dragon's room. Osse using Goku's instant transmission. Okay, I'm kidding. Just really, really good movement. Wow.
Okay,
that space jump paying off. I don't know if you go out of the way here for this Wasteland Major.
No, I don't think so. Andy's in a precarious situation. Aussie's also a little in a slightly weird situation. The 4+3 is not a guaranteed Ridley fight, but I think Ossie can definitely do it. Especially being that like he's literally an RBO master, so
Ossie's also down 1 energy tank compared to Andy.
yeah, it's just hard to say. So like, what's Andy doing next? Is he gonna get wave? If I'm like Andy, I'm almost thinking I get the wave beam, cause like 5+3 with this beam, it's a little weak. I mean, I guess he could try for it, but I don't know if I'd be confident in a fight like that. Maybe it's good enough, but I don't know. That seems a little tight.
Very
if I had the 10 supers, I would definitely do it.
Yeah. Where was the extra super pack? That had to be one of the that Ossie picked up.
Yeah.
Mama Turtle. It was
when
Mama
Ossie.
Turtle.
Yes, the Mama Turtle. Yes.
Yeah, it was the Mama Turtle item.
Oh man. Typically, Space Jump doesn't save as much time as you would think, but it just really depends on the room. So, where is Andy heading to next? Should know you need to go back to
taking a lot of time at this map. Spending a lot of time looking at the map, which is allowing Andy to continue to go. And Andy is making the right play. Osse? Osse?
Osse?
You want the hollow dot.
That's very interesting.
It's an energy tank, which is good.
Okay.
I wonder if that's what he was looking for the entire time.
So I think this is maybe something that both players... No, Andy's going to do what I said. He is going to go for that wave beam because he's confident with 5+3 and wave. That's going to be enough to do it. Whereas Ossie just wanted either a super, it looks like, or an E-tank. And then I think Ossie felt comfortable with the things he had. So the hollow dot was actually... that's why Ossie actually spent so much time looking at the map, because I think he was trying to scout out the fastest way he could have gotten a either some kind of hollow dot, whether it's a super or if it's an E-tank, because I think both of those would be enough for him to do it. And Ossie's got to be, Andy's got to be a little bit careful.
That was a beautiful climb up, worst room in the game, by the way, from Andy.
Yep. Okay, so Andy's gonna get this wave beam. Remember the wave beam, and this is Andy. It's crazy. Wave is the damage condition for Andy to feel comfortable with killing Ridley here, and Ossie is now catching up. And they're locked up. So what's gonna win? Is it the extra super pack, or is it gonna be the wave beam extra oomph that's gonna work out in Mother Brain as well?
Oh, this will be very interesting.
So yeah, Ossie overtaking Andy here.
Yeah, back to criteria for Ossie.
But the slower and trickier Ridley fight for Ossie. Just behind, just a room, literally a room behind.
This is insane.
So, space jump for Ossie, you know, is going to add up a little bit. This kind of just comes down to how well they can do this Ridley fight. If both players...
Look at Ossie fly!
Oh man, space jump really paying dividends here. Oh, Andy, because just short of that E-tank, you know, decided it's not worth picking this up. Is he gonna spark over here? I think he should have sparked, but it's okay. Just it can just run through with the gravity. It's totally fine.
All right.
Okay.
Housekeeping, Eddie. Are you joining me for all 3 games or just game 1?
Probably just game 1.
Nice. No,
as much as I'd like to. Yep.
Yeah, it's all good.
Man, Ossie really pulling ahead here. That space jump is really helping a lot of...
Ossie has Samus executing turbo out of her feet. This is insane.
20 shots and 10 supers. 3. We got 4 shots. 5 shots. 6. Ooh, a little delay. Oh, didn't get this manip. This shot 8, 9, 10.
That had to connect, right?
Yep. That's 11. Now that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, no. So, oh, missed the super. Hold on. So about 4 more shots for Ossie.
Ossie can't take a hit. Ossie cannot take a hit.
Aha, RBO experience pulling off for Ossie right there. And he's got to press pause. He's got the reserves quicken down. Good fight from Ossie.
Beautifully done from Ossie. Oh, that was pretty. Folks,
How many
make sure
shots
you
left for
go.
Andy?
Not that many. Andy's almost done.
Oh, Andy, this has got to be it. The pickup right here. Nice.
Boom, energy tank.
Oh, Osse gets the
Oh,
E-tank
this
from the
is huge.
left.
Folks, make sure you give these runners a follow. Exclamation point on the Twitch chat. And go follow the commentary and tracking team as well. Interesting background noise from the Eticoons. Also, let's get some hype in the chat. It is PSI
Ooh.
Tricky's first time during tracking. PSI is doing an outstanding job. Make sure we get some hype for PSI Tricky. Trackers, Eddie, as you know, one of the most underrated parts of any randomizer.
Yes, absolutely. Oh man, everything counts here. And Osse took the little shortcut to exit out the left. Andy chose to go through the door transition, which is a little bit slower. Andy's got to do everything he can to go faster here.
Look at Osse just used that space jump. Oh, that was pretty.
Oh man, Osse's getting so far ahead with this movement. The space jump is really pulling ahead, but I mean, this is fine. Like this room doesn't really help too much with space jump, just can fly across, but yeah, space jump definitely helps in this room, that's for sure. East Ocean.
Absolutely.
Man, this is really crazy. Like, I think just from the item and the movement, like Osse's just pulling all the stops, almost speedball through that. That would have been the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life if you managed to speedball through that. But yeah, I mean, it looked like Andy like was, you know, kind of ahead by a decent amount, but just through the space jump plus the really savvy movement, like Osse's just pulling ahead here.
Yeah, this is outstanding. Really, really is. And yes, this is manual item tracking. So we know Mother Brain is all the way over in Torian, and it's going to literally. Where the heck was Avaria's suit?
It looked like it might have been that really horrible spot in Brinstar, or you know, somewhere else. Actually, that's exactly where it was. We see every item at that point, so it was in the decouple Brinstar, in a place way too far away for them to grab. That's where it was. Tucked in the middle of nowhere. And Osse is flying to the finish line. Has the slightly worse beam. It'll be 20 shots and 10 supers for Osse, and for Andy, it's gonna be just 20 shots straight up with his.
This is gonna come down to Mother Brain and the escape again.
It's gonna come down to that.
I love it.
Osse's really pulling ahead here, like really pulling ahead. Andy has to farm here to get some of his health back.
This kind of movement tech. You can't give Osse this kind of movement tech.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Andy kind of needs the health. I think maxing out the health makes sense here because you're gonna have to do gate glitch for Osse, but Osse gets it quickly, and Andy's just gonna go and shoot it with wave. But Osse's just pulling really far ahead at this point. This Mother Brain fight isn't that short. It'd be different if, you know, Osse had like no beam at all. If Osse had like charge ice, and Andy had charge ice wave, I think Andy pulls ahead easily, right?
Oh,
but like,
100% agreed.
It's too much. It's just too much. Yeah, it's crazy. The requirement to kill Mother Brain, or the requirement to kill Ridley. Osse's ability to do that with the 10 supers and the confidence to do that with the 10 supers and the super, yeah, and the just charge ice plasma. That's gonna be the reason that he might pull ahead here. But Andy is about to enter the fight as well, so we don't really know. It just depends on the escape as well, potentially.
For those who have no idea what RBO is, it's a category in the vanilla game called Reverse Boss Order. So Osse's skilled in that. Reverse Boss Order means you have to go fight Ridley first. So hence why Osse was skilled with the 10 supers and 20 charge shots. Knew exactly how to manipulate the Ridley AI, but look at this. Osse's done! Osse's done!
That fight's fast, doesn't matter. You got some sort of plasma beam of any sort, and that fight is going to be over quick. Wow. Wow. Andy can damage down if he likes, but he doesn't really have to.
Nope.
And that's it. Osse starting the escape. First to go. Maybe he fails it.
2 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's see if Osse can pull this back. What a race one, Eddie, huh?
It is, yeah, but you know, a few wrong turns and it's possible. We'll see. It's probably one of the last people you ever want to go. Nice powerbomb pickup. One of the last people you'll ever want to race in an escape situation is Osse.
Yep.
But you never know. Wrong turns can happen, but Andy's got a little bit of catching up to do here if he wants to try to take this.
I said it earlier. You can go into a completely cut off section and not have a chance to get out. We've seen this in this tournament.
Yep. All right, Osse flying to the right. I think he's got this map on lockdown. I don't even know if we're going to see a pause here.
What's the tightest finish time between runners in this tourney? 2 seconds. 2 seconds is the fastest time in this tournament.
Flying through to the right into that Norfair region. This section was pretty exciting, but yeah, they're gonna have to go through that amphitheater.
Oh my gosh.
And make their way over to, I believe, the top left of Everest. So.
Yeah. So we should let everyone know too that Andy has space jump. Why does Andy have space jump in map rando in these settings? You get access to every item in the game once you get hyper beam. So once you get hyper beam, you get access to every item in the game.
No pause for Osse. Remember that he tried to do that 6 speedball on the way left. So remember it had to go left to right of rocket ship from that spot. Andy, you know, moving quite well himself, but it's just looks like it's not really enough. Osse making his way over to criteria. I don't know if there's really that much space to make a wrong turn at this point. But Andy's trying his hardest right now.
This entire seed legitimately might have been defined by getting that space jump.
You know,
Osse's been able to do insane movement with that space jump, Eddie.
It's not just the space jump, right? Because Osse dipped into Bryn, which was what we effectively thought was a time loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it could have been, but because you know, like Andy picks it up later, but Osse getting the 2 extra E-tames let him get that energy for the space jump, and that's it.
Game.
GG, game 1 to Osse, a hard-fought battle, both with similar routes. But the time loss, quote-unquote time loss for Osse, got him that space jump, gave him the movement, and I guess, you know, that's how Osse got to speed up past it. Man, that was a close game though. Both players taking basically a similar route and both having different conditions to beat Ridley here. It's just Andy's a little bit slower.
Wow.
GG.
What a great race. GG's in the Twitch chat for the racers. Osse and Andy are done. Room 2 has all race 2's already started. So we're going to take a quick, we'll call it a 7-minute break here as they're about 2 minutes into their seed. Eddie, always a pleasure doing commentary with you.
Same with you, WX. Thank you so much for having me on here with you.
You're welcome. Glad you could hop on. There's rooms for co-coms in games 2 and 3. PSI, Tricky, and I will be back for game number 2. Eddie, we'll see you next time.
GG.
All right, folks. Welcome back. It is game number 2. Now, what does that mean for game number 2? It means Osse is up 1-0. And because Osse is up 1-0, gonna be a heck of a lot more fun because Andy is looking to basically take Osse over his knee and give him a spanking in this game to force a game number 3. And we are going to have co-commentary coming on very shortly. So in the meantime, Andy's starting off first. We'll get them synced. We're still getting setup done. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you all for joining us. This is lower bracket round number 5. Winner of this best of 3 advances to take on Nitro in lower bracket round number 6. Loser gets eliminated. That was Andy's first map loss of the entire lower bracket. Andy started off in lower bracket round 1. That is something to keep in mind. It's the first map that Andy's lost in the lower bracket. Will it be his last? We will see. Andy finds power arms and an energy tank. It's going to make getting through Chronic Boost a heck of a lot easier. All right, so as Cocoms is getting ready, we'll get them in soon. We get an energy tank, we've got supers, we got power bombs, and we are gonna get them again. We're working on getting them time synced, so no big deal. We're still getting audio and everything else set. We got some setup. We got you, folks. No worries. There we go. As soon as I asked for it, our amazing volunteer, Geno's, is already taking care of the sync. So, last race was pretty interesting. Hopefully you all were around for that. Osse using yet another different sprite. You'll love to see it. PSI Tricky hanging back out with us on tracking. Can we all agree PSI Tricky did an outstanding job in game number 1 for his first time tracking? I thought he did a great job. Let me get this. We're gonna get code comes in here. All right. I hear Norfair music, folks. That means it's time to get your dino dances in chat. And here comes Cocoms. I really don't want to butcher your name, so please say your name for us so I don't butcher it.
Should be Valerian. Good evening, WX. You have just been killing it all day, man.
Thank you. So your name is Lillian?
Valerian. The Discord name is a little different.
Valerian. Okay. Valerian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has a long story, but good evening, Mr. WX. Good evening, chat. This is shaping up to be a really great match already. That game 1 was so good.
Yes. Okay. We'll get Valerian's. Would you stop giving us crap? That's because I'm on commentary and I'm loud. All right. So, Andy is saying have some choice words here for the screen. We got Morphin Spazer. We got 1 energy tank, 1 super pack, and 1 power bomb.
Mm-hmm.
We already get some interesting maps here, Valerian. So
yeah, I saw
next?
Well, we saw the criteria map, which is really boring overall there. There was like a major. I didn't see any bosses when I was glancing around between juggling Discord and SEP and whatnot, but also keeping an eye on the raid. And it looks like Andy's also picked up the ice as well, as we've been chatting here. Both have picked up ice down in the old Motherbrain spot.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So let's see. So Mission Impossible, kind of French vanilla. It's the roof above it. So we don't get away with going down there. Osse gonna take a quick refill. Just needed 1 super. Osse extremely confident in this. Pretty easy. Just needs to get through the hopper and gonna be rewarded with another energy tank, which is very nice here, Valerian.
Very, very much so. We had some early spicy hell runs going on, and it kind of feels like it's going to shape up for a little bit there too. Maybe we see some pancakes still, but I don't know if we'll be seeing an X-ray over there. And I did see that Andy picked up a reserve as well in Big Pin. I don't know if we'll be seeing Very for a little bit. We might be running through a little bit of hell.
Yeah, it could be very interesting. We've seen so many times in some of these seeds, Valerian, where it is energy tank, energy tank, energy tank, and we get 3 energy tanks and are force required by logic to go through heated rooms to do heated runs. And another reserve tank. It's very possible now that's 4 energy tanks, for the sake of argument, 2 energy tanks, 2 reserves. We could easily have some heated runs coming up here.
Yeah, I think heated runs are almost certainly happening here, and both runners taking some time to get a little bit of farm. Andy's only got the 1 E-tank. He's got 1 and 2, and he didn't look to fill up the second reserve. Osse here is getting a few ammo drops to go with his health drops. I wonder if he's going to look to fill up that second reserve as well. Seems like he is. Or just get a little bit in there.
And also, we want to say a big shout out to Twitch chat. We thank you for being patient as we get Valerian all set. Big shout out to Gino's. Gino's doing amazing work here as a volunteer, making sure we're getting Valerian sound all set and equalized. Is everybody good in Twitch chat with all the sounds? That's what we need to hear, and we're being told that Valerian, you have a crackly-like mic, but that also could be because the sound's a little loud.
I will look to get that adjusted.
Excellent. In the meantime, both racers, and I find it really interesting, have decided to go up Crab Hole, and it just connects them back to Big Pink anyway. Which is pretty interesting. They do come across missiles and X-ray, but I don't know. We've touched Brinstar. This is a really, really weird map, yet an interesting setup. Looks like we get G4 that could be part of toilet? Interesting. Very interesting.
Talk about those heated runs, but not seeing the heat just yet. And again, thank you all Twitch chat for that feedback. Oh, just as I was saying that.
Immediately as Valerian's saying that, Valerian's now crackling in Discord, so we'll get Valerian all set. Maybe we gotta get Valerian's hamsters going in Discord. But, Fishing Boo, no one needs to hear me yelling more at the racers. We found a sweet spot and gonna stick with it. In the meanwhile, the sweet spot for Osse and Andy have not been found here in this race. They have to figure out where to go here next. Let's take a quick recap of what you have here for majors as Osse grabs yet another missile pack. 10 missiles, 5 supers, 5 power bombs. Majors are ice, spazer, morph, bombs, and X-ray. Both racers still hanging out inside of Norfair, which is pretty interesting. So let's take a look here and see where they go. Bombs could put upper right a landing site into logic. Could put part of Gauntlet into logic, which we know connects to West Ocean. I don't think they've gone to the top of West Ocean yet. So it'll be interesting to see how the racers do route this. Both Osse and Andy are heading back up Big Pink. And we'll see if we can figure this out here. And oh no. Yeah, both racers turn around. So that's Spring Ball. No good way of getting out of there. Heck, there's no good way of jumping.
Not with the setup of the items that they have right now, for sure, and hopefully no item that they really are looking forward to go back there. Maybe they could just write it off and say, whatever. It's just missiles.
Absolutely. Make sure you give Valerian some shoutouts in Twitch chat, please. Stepping up, doing some co-coms, doing an outstanding job already. And of course, make sure you shout out PSI Tricky, his first time tracking. So, make sure you give the racers a follow. !R on the Twitch chat to follow the racers. !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. So, with that being said, Valerian, given what we've seen of the map so far, given what we have from majors, I was kind of saying, I'm thinking upper right landing site's going to be in logic here. Just do an infinite bomb jump up.
I was going to say, if we're taking some IBJs, that scans by what we've seen so far. They've gone right of ship, right? Like I said, I'm doing a little catch up and coming back after all this quick setup. And thank you again, Twitch chat. Really can't emphasize enough. Your feedback is helping us get all these little problems ironed out.
Yep.
Osse going up left.
It'll be interesting too. So we haven't seen this. It's supers. Osse's not going to say no to supers. Andy just got... Oh, we see another major. Oh, that's up by the Yoink room. Have to go through Butterfly into Yoink. That's interesting.
Yeah, doing one of those heated runs we talked about. Real short, though. Ah, there's the other E-Tank. I think that's the E-Tank that Osse probably
That
picked
Osse
up
had,
early.
yes.
Yeah. And it looks like this may route to where
Metal
he wouldn't have to do the...
Pirates. Yikes, that's Metal Pirates, Valerian.
Not fun in the slightest. He looks like he's doing all right. Got some pretty decent drops off that first. Yeah, he's going to be stable. Get through that second one as well.
Yep.
And he's got his eyes on that major in the that was up and right.
Well, has to go here through the lava fume room. Making his way over to the left. Osse, he is making his way into a little farm room here.
We're gonna reap
Yoinked.
the reward of that farms later on.
Don't get yoinked. Don't get yoinked.
No yoink.
Doesn't get yoinked. Ooh, Crate's closet. Ooh. Valerian, hang on. Do you smell that? It smells like that might be some very sweet revenge for Andy.
We've heard that space can be a rather significant... Oh, no. Okay, well, sky missiles are just sky missiles. Osse just saw that. But yeah, we heard that space can be pretty significant in these. And seems like it might turn a little more towards Andy. Up, Osse finds missiles, then finds missiles, turns away from both.
All right. We'll see if Andy ends up heading up to Upper West Ocean. And he's going to be able to clear it out here a lot easier, and Andy is. Okay. Now, I just want to point this out, because it might go overlooked. What we just saw from Andy was very smart. Launched a power bomb, cleared out the blocks, went back to the ship to refill, and went back. Very, very smart, because with only 5 power bombs, you want to keep as many of those as possible.
Yes. And now coming into here with Space Truck, kind of unintentionally good routing. He picked up that E-Tank that he was missing before when he was on his way wrapping around to go and then get Space Truck. Osse's already been this way before, but didn't go the full route for the major, including Space Truck. But now he's going to make his way through, so he's going to do a little double back for it. They're both going to end up about the same spot. I would maybe say that Andy's just a little bit ahead. I think that it could flip at any point. I think they're just about even, though, right now.
Yeah, this is... We could title this a Game 2, Andy, Revenge of the Space Jump. Osse's gonna get that space jump. Andy is now... Gee, where have we heard this before? Andy is ahead of Osse again! Where have we heard this before?
Time is a flat circle.
It's a flat circle. Ouch.
But all right, so Andy's going through toilet a few times here as he's going up. He keeps entering.
Gotta make sure that toilet's clean.
To make always clean your toilets and drink more water, but not from the toilet, even if it is clean.
That escalated quickly.
So he didn't manage to get up from toilet and get a good jump to get through the water, go up a level and start moving further as he's progressing through Norfair. I think he's just wanting to go straight for the map at this point.
Yep. So this will be pretty interesting. Andy's heading to Invisible Road. Main Street. More energy. Again. Are we gonna have another Variolus seed?
It might be. I mean, he's already at 4 and 2. At this point, unless there's just like several heated rooms back to back, a heated run is really not that scary with 4 and 2 tanks going on.
All right.
I think Andy's really hunting for a way to keep heading up. I really think he wants to just drill for that map.
Can't blame him.
Not at all.
I mean, look at what we saw in Game 1. Praeteria wasn't the hub, it was Norfair. Also, I want to give a shout out to Eddie for doing comms with me on game number 1. Always a pleasure doing commentary with Eddie. And a big shout out to Valerian as well for stepping up and, you know, offering to do co-coms for games 2 and 3. Greatly appreciated. Glad to have you on. And man, I gotta say, I've seen PSI Tricky so many times in Twitch chat, and now he's here volunteering first time tracking. You love to see it. Alright, Osse, with that space jump so deadly in the last game.
Oh, pancakes found by Andy.
Pancakes!
That is big.
Speed booster! Speed
Oh,
booster
wow.
and pancakes!
Well,
And fire! What is this seed?
This seed is blowing up right now. Okay, so Osse needs to get up a level from where he just went and to start making his way towards double suits.
Double suits and speed booster. Look at the smile on Andy's face.
Oh man. So especially with space, this whole everything just opened up for him like no other. He's gonna be moving as fast as he possibly can without speed booster, and that certainly can change real fast.
Twitch chat and commentary have lost their minds. All I see is just Twitch chat just blowing up on my right-hand sided screen. Oh, the
But
screen
wait,
on my right.
there's more.
There's more! There was 3 majors
Oh, no.
in a row! What do you mean there's more?
Oh no, I'm pulling from Twitch chat. When we got pancake, we were like, oh man, gravity, that's huge, that's big. And then there's Varia, and then there's speed booster all coming out.
What a race! That's... I can't overemphasize this enough. How extremely big this is for Andy. He needs to be able to just punch it. Go right into 5th gear. Just punch it. You have to go. You've got the majors. Osse legitimately about to get close to Everest to get those triple majors. You have to punch it and just go for it.
He is just about a charge beam away from my go mode. It feels like, just with all of that so suddenly.
And
High jump, that helps.
Look at Andy shake his head like, why not? Just give me every major while you're
Sure.
at it. Whew.
Now, the Meridian map opened up here for Osse. There's a couple of majors. He's looking around. I think he's planning his route to go grab those, see what they are, and go get them. I'm not seeing any bosses. So about that North Air hub,
by the way, who clipped Andy's reaction?
Oh, perfect.
Andy's reaction, literally like ours, Valerian, was one of like, what? Outstanding. Thank you, Nevdi. Alright. Time to attempt to get this back here. Osse found Meridia entrance, which is... That's interesting.
Yeah, Osse's gone through. He's pushing through Meridia where Andy decided to push through North. And at Andy's point, it starts looking. I mean, you got to get offensive. You need to go for. There's another E tank that's not necessarily what you're looking for. Want those supers? Want that charge?
No, and we've already seen Osse come through this room. So 2 Meridia entrances is where Osse's already found. And now Osse's going to be heading to where Andy was.
Mm-hmm.
This actually might be extremely beneficial for Andy. And the only reason I say that is because Varia, Gravity, High Jump, and Speed Booster with this much of a lead.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, to shout out what Eddie said in Game 1, you never want to think yet, you know, you have the advantage because look who you're racing, it's Osse.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do think that this might be a little bit too much for Osse to overcome. Osse's going down toilet. Oh my god, Osse's left the majors! Osse's left all the majors! And no, wait,
he's gonna look to go through here with the extra boost so that he can get the second door up in the water. He needs to get the momentum to carry him high enough, and this is what Andy did that
Correct.
started the route. Oh, okay, that's good.
Close enough. Also, Dre wants us to know that this could be Andy's plot armor. Interesting. I mean, I think all the viewers, Valerian, want a game 3. I want a game 3.
Absolutely.
Do you want a game 3?
Absolutely. And that was, especially the last one being, you said that was before this, Andy had not dropped a single game
Correct.
in the lower seed.
I don't know who said that. I think it was Nevdi. When I was doing my recap show, Nevdi posted something in the Discord saying that Andy had not dropped a map in the lower bracket. Don't forget, Andy got eliminated in the upper bracket in round 1. Went down to the lower bracket, and up until that last game, has not, he never dropped a single map. It was 2-0 round 1, 2-0 in round 2, 2-0 in round 3, and 2-0 in round 4. Did not drop a map until that last map in the lower bracket. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, early on, you know, there's a whole lot of players coming in, and you're meeting a lot of people, or going up against a lot of competitors who may not have as much practice or experience as Andy. He's an incredible player, and he's got that Link to the Past, that Zelda 3 background. He's brought that over to Super Metroid, and he's immediately made himself a big contender. But the further you're getting in, after a couple of rounds, after 3 rounds, after 4, and still holding that 2-0 every single time, and he's so good. But then he came up against Osse, and Osse said, "Nah, that first golden helmet's that one's mine."
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got Kraid, a major, another major, so that's jail.
Okay, so Osse's found the gravity.
Osse's about to go like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Osse's gonna be happy.
And then there's Varia. All right, so now everything's unlocked for Osse. Items are equaling out. But Andy's got that first, he's got that lead on having them. He's just got to keep pushing that, going on that offensive side, find those supers, find charge if he can. Wave would be a big help, of course.
So, charge, obviously, like you said, important. Every racer has the movement tech that they need. With the exception of Osse, who doesn't have high jump yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge. And interesting point from Twitch chat, too. Osse probably sweating right now is the comment.
That's true.
Because you see, and so there's Ridley. So we know Ridley's in Norfair, Dragon's in Meridian. I just find it interesting, like, being able to really think and grasp who you're playing against. When you see Gravity, Speed, Varia in such a short time, if you feel like you're behind, how much more does that mentally weigh on you to think, yeah, no, I'm really behind, I gotta go now?
Yeah, there are some runners who will often think, oh man, if I found this, the other guy must have come here first, he's already got this. And hopefully that's just putting a pressure on you.
Screw attack.
Oh.
So that's every piece of movement tech that the racers can want. Spring Ball's just an added incentive at this point. You don't have charge, you don't have wave, you don't have plasma. No boss has been defeated yet.
Dyspheres in chat taking the words out of my mouth. Really, Norfair, Dragon, and Meridian. Is this even randomized? We get a seed check? But yeah, hopefully this is just lighting a fire under Osse, and he's saying, okay, I've really got to make up some time. I've got to move. It's not a downer. It's just an incentive to push.
Correct. First racer to find charges in go mode. Twitch chat is correct.
Yep, or ammo.
Neither racer has any of the ammo right now to do Ridley, and cannot defeat Motherbrain on this ammo. You need to find charge. Is this it? Is this charge? No, it's plasma, which is a massive help, and Andy will gladly say thank you. But again, doesn't help. You need that charge beam. And now
Plasma
you're into
alone
Wasteland.
Doesn't kill bosses. So does Andy, well, he has to keep looking for majors, because if one of them's charged, that's it. But at the same time, he can't ignore the hollows, because if it's a chargeless seed, if it's an ammo seed, you're gonna need those supers.
And there's another major right there behind Kraid. So you're gonna get Kraid and you're gonna get a major. If that major is charged, this seed is probably over and we're going to game 3.
Oh man, one of the fastest seeds I've ever seen.
So again, Osse has Varia, Gravity, Morph, Bomb, Space, and Speed. Does not have High Jump yet, and has obviously not come across that Screw Attack yet. So Nevd, and this is where I love getting in Racers' minds, which is one of the reasons I love having co-coms here. Nevd's saying, man, I think I'm ignoring all hollows, to be honest, and just it is what it is. I like that. It's not a bad take.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could maybe you have to go find 5 different hollows, or you just find charge in your set.
I mean, like when you're a caliber racer like Osse, Andy, Nevd, like that's, you know, not as an interesting take. You go for it because you know how good you are.
Speaking of good, that good trade quick kill, and that major coming up.
This could be it. This could be filler. Could be filler.
Billy Mays.
It's filler.
Luxury.
Luxury item, filler item, spring ball. Oh, Andy's like, really?
There is another one, though. There is another one. He's moving towards it real quick. It's just at the end here. And to confirm, we had chat help to confirm on the tracker. Again, thank y'all so much for that.
Yep, and trade is defeated for Andy. It's the only boss that racers have defeated so far.
Yeah, it's been a really item-heavy front.
It really has. What?
Wave.
The only item left is grapple and charge. That's it. It's a 50-50 chance at majors at this point.
But that means all the more that you hunt the major. It's got to be, if you see just the 2 of them, you just get them because of one's charge. Not if, but when.
Yes.
Oops, all beams except the one that matters, says Fluffy Mittens. Oh, Kraid DLC for Osse. Do we haven't even been into Rex Ship, have we?
No. We haven't been to a lot of areas.
Yeah, Rex Ship and Tour.
Torian, the racers briefly have touched on the Brinstar to get back up and get that Main Street jump.
There's still a lot of possibilities left on where there might be some majors, where there could be that charge. Now, Osse got through Craig, did get through the extra DLC. He'll be getting the luxury, so both runners now have Spring Ball. And before too long, Osse's going to also pick up that wave. Again, evening out on items, but Andy's there first. He's got that lead.
And Andy's going to be leaving Meridia, too.
Spring Ball actual intended use.
There's the wave beam for Osse. So now it'll be interesting to see what area Andy goes to next. And at this point, no charge beam. You still can't beat Ridley.
Yeah, there's just not enough ammo.
No, there's not. So you can't even route back in Ridley at this point. You need to go find that charge beam.
It feels bad. You see him there, and you're like, "I've got the tanks, I've got the suits. I just want to shoot you in the face, but I can't."
It is going to be a Brinstar check for Andy. This makes sense. Note the C you see on the side there. That's a criteria check. Could be useful later. Could be useful in an escape. And a fish tank for Andy.
It doesn't look like the map's too far, so definitely just be line straight for that. Good for him for getting that powerbomb door open early as well. That was a smart early drop.
You know what Andy wants to see at the map station?
Majors.
Not only Fantoon, because hello Parlor, which means most likely Fantoon. Andy's going to want to see double major. That's what Andy's going to want to see. If you see one major, That's not what you want. If you see both, it's okay. You know one's grapple, you know one is charge, and Andy is struggling to get out of Alcatraz right now.
No,
But
yeah,
nicely done.
third time's the charm. Fourth time.
We've seen a lot of Fantoon next to Parlor, West
There we
Ocean,
go.
and I forget where the other area is, but I know those are two of the top 3 that we've been seeing Fantoon at. Bubble Mountain has been another one we've seen Fantoon at. Plasma for Osse. Osse gonna go get that screw attack major. Can Andy finish off Fantoon here? No.
Oh no.
Gonna be a 3-round Fantoon, and Andy's like, what? Really?
I love how emotive he gets. Just watching his camera is so much fun.
It's great. Also, shout out to Andy, who I, checked in on. He's feeling better, folks. He is feeling better.
He's certainly looking better this game too.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is it. Are you gonna find both majors? One early supers is right there.
That's a lot of hollows, but
That's
there is
it.
one major.
That's it. It's one okay, now is this... This is an out-of-the-way major. This could be grapple.
Do you go peek Torian first? See how close the map may be?
Yes.
I think yeah, that's what he's going for. Because if it's close, well, you could check that. And if you see a second major, well, we're gonna see.
Andy hasn't checked yet. It's gonna continue to go down wreck ship vein shaft. It's not that far. Andy really thinking about it. Really trying to consider where do you go from here. Because again, and Osse's told us many times, sometimes an out-of-the-way major is filler.
Mm-hmm.
I think that last major that we saw from Andy in Brinstar, I think is grapple. This is a great play from Andy. I agree, chat. But wait, Andy is gonna leave. Is Andy seriously gonna go after the major?
He just took a save there, right?
Yes.
I was going to say over chat. Okay, so I think he goes. Yeah, he goes for the major. If it's grapple, then just take a revert, pop right back to your fast travel back into Torian.
I love this about Map Brando. It's one of the
unique things that
makes Map Brando great.
I love it. Not even bothering for hollows right now. Don't even want to see him. Don't care. Just go straight for that major.
If it's charge, it's Andy's race to lose. If it's grapple, the revert's still going to be big, but it's allowing Osse to close the gap.
Of course, we'll see if Osse does the same thing. If he ends up saying, I'm just going to commit to Torian, if he looks at the major and says, nope, not even going to touch it, and goes straight in, that could be the gap closer that he needs.
All right, this is it. This is the moment of truth for Andy. Is it charge or grapple? It's one of the two. It's charge beam!
Oh, that is huge. All right, go mode, full go mode.
Go mode, and Andy has everything. And PSI Tricky 19, congratulations, you unlocked the achievement of Full Tracker.
So, out of the way major ends up being absolutely worth it.
So that means, most likely in the logic chain, you had to go get that.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I would love to see the logic settings for this when this best of 3 is over.
Osse will take down Fantoon for long.
Well, Okay, technicalities. The racers will beat all the bosses, and then PSI will go ahead and get the full tracker. Jeez. And he's going for Ridley. This is smart.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
This is really smart from Andy.
With charge, it also means that he's going to be microwaving Shrimp.
Not only that, but think of this. We haven't seen Mother Brain yet. We haven't seen Wreck Ship.
That's true. So she could be. There's still a Mother Brain hunt has to be done. Both Wreck Ship and Torian could, because we didn't get the Torian map yet either. So
This has been a fun seed.
this
I've
has
been
been.
enjoying this seed way more than the last one.
It
And the
started
last
off.
one was good.
It started off kind of like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, they go here, we'll do that, and then with the
Gravity
triple
Speed
major.
Varia. Go ahead, there, Valerian.
There was a seed a while back. I forget what the match was. I think it was Oates and Osse, where you could get. There was one spot where there was charge, and then one room over was plasma.
Mm-hmm.
And Osse got charged, checked the next room, got plasma, and it was super big, huge. Chat blew up. Oates got charged and turned right around. And I just want to say, like, I'm so glad that both of them here got gravity, got speed, and then didn't turn, but went that extra room. Also saw Varia off of that, because there's nothing worse than finding out that you had missed it that close, kicking yourself so hard. If I had only gone one more room. Osse's going out of the way too.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Osse's going all the way to. He's going to end up finding that charge. So right now they're just about on the same pace. I don't know if Osse went to Torian. I don't think he did.
No, not yet. Osse hasn't got there. So Osse's going for the major. So the reason I say I'm going to keep my mouth shut is I don't know if my boy Baron of Red is hanging out in Twitch chat. But, yeah, one of Baron's races that I commentated. The big key was that charge beam, and was left very early on as the only other criteria major.
Oh.
And Baron could have 2-0'd his opponent in that game. But that's map Rando for you. Rando's gonna Rando.
And sometimes
Baron's a really good guy. I said this on the recap show. Not only do we have a lot of top tier runners like MM2, Nevdi, Zeb, Oates, Osse, Andy, Eddie, but a lot of young up and comers, Valerian. Baron, his beardness. There are a ton of these other runners. Timon. Like, there were so many of these young up and coming Super Metroid runners that have gotten in the scene. There were 60 racers that attempted at least one qualifier of the 8 that we had. That's a massive success for a first ever Map Rando tournament.
That's incredible. I didn't know it was that huge. I hadn't looked at the qualifier end of things. 60.
Path 2. I mean, there were so many amazing players. Oates getting shit in Twitch chat. Oh, sorry. Crap.
As is tradition.
Yep. Tim and Rando newcomer. That's correct. New to Map Rando, new to some randos. Timon's obviously not. He's been around the community a while. So, focusing back on this, Ridley defeated. Andy needs to go to Dragon. We know where Dragon is. Dragon's in Meridia. We have not seen Mother Brain, which means Wrecked Ship or Torian has to contain Mother Brain.
That's a pretty long map. Yeah, Andy does not like the travel distance that he's seeing down to the Torian map. But you gotta just kind of grit your teeth and start running. Wants to take this save, go ahead and lock in just in case any shenanigans happen. And also, if he goes down and he gets the map, I guess especially if it's a long way down, it's going to be a long way back too. If there's no Mother Brain here, he gets to just revert. But he needs to find a way.
Go to Meridia. You know that's where Dragon is. This is an interesting play from Andy. Andy might have forgot he found Dragon. Valerian.
Yo.
What do you think Andy's doing here, just to get the map info? Because, again, Dragon's not here.
Some people in chat are saying maybe he missed it on scrolling. Maybe he got them. Oh.
Yeah, waterway. Dragon's in Meridia.
And maybe he didn't scroll far enough to see. He wants
I
the
thought
terrain map.
Dragon was in Meridia because chat was mentioning, you know, Ridley and Norfair and Dragon and Meridia, this being randomized. It was very west side of Meridia, so maybe it wasn't a far enough scroll. But Andy could also be doing this. So again, one of the unique things about map rando, you get a map station or get any map info, you could go revert back to whatever you want and you still have the map info.
Yes. He does see.
Dragon's there!
Right at the top, yeah, so he
was in Meridia. Was that Kraid?
It must have been.
Had to have been Kraid.
I'm getting all these seeds. I've been Shane watching these randos. I'm getting mixed up now. But he's found Dragon and he was able to take the revert. She was so close to the top. He could just revert, treat it as a foul, probably get back up there. Like he keeps that map info. Not that it matters anymore.
All right, so there we go. Dragon, in fact, is in Torian. Valerian will be doing solo comms on game number 3.
Please no.
No, I'm kidding.
You get right back here. Does Andy not realize he is X-ray?
There you go.
Okay. Well, hey, you get a dead shrimp one way or the other.
Showing off. Now, are you going to show off a spike suit? No. Yes, friendly PSA. Don't microwave seafood at work. And now begins the shack tool piece as I take a nap.
Yep, make sure everybody hydrate, go to the bathroom if you need to, refill your drinks.
I could get another glass of wine.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Sunwoo Farmer for turning me on to this Cavit Sweet Red. Oh,
I was going to ask, first and foremost, a red or a white?
I do love Moscato. It's my favorite type of wine. But man, this Cavit Sweet Red that Sunwoo recommended, oh, shout out Sunwoo Farmer. This thing is delicious.
I'll have to get a link from you later on.
Well,
all right, shack tool's done.
Hooray! That means we can actually talk back to the game! And if you're under 21, you're not allowed to drink, I guess.
Well, in the U.S.
You're living in. Well, in the U.S., you can't drink under 21.
Make sure you respect your country's drinking laws. And have some more water.
I was just going to say, make sure you hydrate with regular water. I got a whole thing of water right next to me from Costco.
I actually just ran out. I got to refill after the seat.
Costco closed right before I was going to get there.
Oh.
You know what's not going to close is Andy looking at Mother Brain.
He's looking to close at least.
Out. Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Game number 2.
We were sharing the brain cell there. We were on the same wavelength. He's hoping. No. So now Andy's in his mind. Okay, if I can go left and just walk into Mother Brain, I don't have to go hunt down that map, right?
Andy's just looking for Mother Brain at this point.
Yeah, he's ready. He's like, come on, let's just finish this.
Andy's just gonna go for the map station. We know Mother Brain has to be here. Oh, he pants room to get to the map station.
And he doesn't have grapple. Oh my gosh.
No, but you can Pollo Ice Clip. Yippee! Pollo Ice Clip, use the X-ray to do it. Rando's gonna rando. Need the X-ray Ice Clip. Can you get there? The Pollo's not high enough. That might do it.
Oh.
Plasma.
You got to be careful with that plasma. He's just laughing. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I have to do this."
Pollo, get back here and do your job.
Now, Osse remembered that he had X-ray. Takes down Dragon.
Yep, nicely done.
So
Come
he
on,
is.
Pollo, do a jump.
Andy's been ahead this seed, but Osse is not letting it just go.
Osse's done. Double full tracker. Andy might need to reset the room here. Freezing
know
that
if that
Pollo
was-
a little too early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Andy's
Yeah.
gonna reset the room.
He's just
Andy's
like,
just gonna blind check every door now.
I'm gonna go left until I can't, and then I'm gonna find another place to
He's
go
gonna
left.
blind check every door. Oh, this is tough to watch. It's Mother Brain.
Oh, no.
And you wanted to play around in Pants Room, Andy.
All right, like you said, this is really his to lose at this point.
Yep, look at where
Just-
Osse is.
Yep, lock in this last bit, get the true attack off. Let's get the Zeb skip through.
There you go. Has the best beam combo in the game. This is going to be pretty easy. Pretty fast fight. I wonder if Osse's going to do the same thing. If Osse starts blind checking. 'Cause Osse doesn't know about Pants Room.
Oh, he doesn't even waste time. He just nope. Put it on your back.
Didn't even waste time with the Pollo Ice Clip. Saw Pants Room and it's like, nope.
Nope.
No thanks. Alright, Andy's done with Mother Brain. And Osse is like, again, he's checking every single door. Alright, it's time for an escape. What do we got on the timer? I'm gonna go with 3 minutes, 10 seconds.
2:30.
I like it.
Oh,
It's a minute 30! Wow, we're way both wrong!
Andy's done with this seed. The timer's done with this seed. Everyone eager to get into that game 3.
We've been clipped.
Hey, at least the timers are respecting that this is speed gaming. This is not very long escape gaming.
Oh, I'm the one who said it. I'm gonna keep that clip and add that to my broadcasting reel. Thank you, Twitch chat.
The Osse's been doing a whole lot to the left. He hasn't. I think this is where, yeah,
There
so
you
he walks in
go.
mud. He just found Mother Brain.
Yup. Alright. Andy through Parlor, back into Brinstar. Remember how I mentioned that criteria door?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I said that could come in handy for an escape?
There's
Well,
a reason
Andy's
it's only a
about to
minute
go to
30.
it. Yep.
80% has me trained. Every time
Yeah.
I see Parlor, I think, oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
he's almost done.
I thought the same thing when I saw Parlor. I'm like, wait, nope, not Brando. Man, this best of 3 hasn't disappointed. And Valerian, we got game 3!
We got game 3, a golden helmet on either side.
Jeez. Well done. And Osse just forfeits and is done, folks. Game number 3 is coming up pretty soon here. I'm gonna let's see if they started game number 3. Yes, folks, they are just over a minute into game number 3. Valerian, you sticking around for game 3?
More than happy to.
Excellent. Valerian and I, as well as PSI Tricky, will see you in about 7 to 8 minutes. Alright, folks, hope you had a chance to hydrate, use the restroom, use the facilities, grab yourself a snack. I got bread and wine. Don't have the cheese, though. Valerian, welcome back. PSI Tricky, welcome back. Valerian, you get first snack.
Honestly, I have some leftover fries from earlier. It was a burger and fries kind of night, kind of weekend.
I like it. I got my water. Hope you all are ready to go. Prediction is up. Osse, 1. Andy, 1. Winner advances to face Nitro. Loser is eliminated.
It is so hard to believe with those names, with all of this that's going on, that this is the lower bracket. This is insane.
Exactly. I said it when it was Osse versus Oates. I said it again when it was Nevdi versus Oates. Zeb Eddie. Zeb Nitro. Osse Andy. Eddie Simo. You just think of the names I just said of all matches in this tournament that have or are happening, have happened or are happening because Osse Andy, and it's not even the grand finals.
Absolutely wild. We have this culminating game. I hope this seed is as good as the last little Peromi Alcoon Totori Bowl. Hope you give us a great game. These runners certainly will. They're going to bring everything that they've got to bear on this. Before we get going, quick shout out again to PSI Tricky for the first time tracking. You've been killing it, man. Thank you to chat for all the feedback that you've been doing. Thank you to all the Speedgaming staff, admins, infrastructure effort behind the scenes. And thank you, WX.
Oh my goodness. It's Ridley's reward room and you can't get it. You are welcome. I thank you, Valerian, for joining me for CoComs. Been doing a great job. And again, shout out to PSI Tricky for an amazing job at tracking. First time tracking as well. Andy immediately finds Grapple and Everest. And I think this is Torian or Wreck Ship. It's one of the two.
I'm not sure either. I haven't seen pause screen yet.
It's Torian.
Okay, there it is. And we'll get of course, the two synced up here before too long.
Wait a minute. Is this Fantoon?
Uh-oh.
It's a left door. It's a left door. Is it Fantoon? No, it's not. Okay. Super troll seed I wanted to see.
Oh, but there's Mother Brain. Well, we know where we're ending. My mom always said begin with the end in mind.
Quick timer.
Oh my, no kidding. Sort of gamble.
Timer.
What was you say? Sort of gamble on what the escape timer is going to be already. Can it go below 30? I mean, could it be 5 if it wanted to be? I'm not sure if there's like a minimum built into the logic.
All right. So Morph Ball, Valerian kind of will look. We've seen these seeds where Morph Ball does, you know, it's very late. This is clearly not a seed where that really had a possibility. Just think of all the dead ends we had. Ridley, let alone the Ridley reward room over to the left. Like Morph Ball does make a lot of sense here.
Absolutely, and that the bombs in the Ridley reward room are going to open up a number of different things. You've got the infinite bomb jump that could lead you to top right from ship. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
All I want to say is this. You know, Valerian, as a broadcaster, something that I enjoy doing, and something that I've learned to, because those of you that have listened to me long enough, I'm a Counter-Strike caster, right? And there's bombs, which makes sense. Now we're going upper right of our landing site. I've learned that to be a really good play-by-play broadcaster means that you also got to be able to try telling a story, right? And like, it's something that is a skill in and of itself. But the stories in some of these games kind of write themselves. I did a Dash Randomizer best of 3 earlier today. That story wrote itself. Crocomire held all the goods. Here, the story of Game 1 was Space Jump. And Game 2, Revenge of the Space Jump for Andy.
Andy really did get that first item lead, and it just tore off from there.
I feel like it's one of my jobs not only to entertain the viewers, but to make sure that the racers are getting their, you know, the best out of me as a broadcaster, to make sure that, you know, they're being represented the right way. So I always do my best to try doing that. I'm always up for constructive criticism. Outside of, some bearded one in Twitch chat that has aptly named me WX Fan the Megaphone, which actually is not a bad nickname. I actually kind of like it. So Andy is over in Everest and having a little bit of trouble to get things started, but a big find for both racers is Watering Hole. But it's just okay. So it's the first missiles and power bomb of the seed.
And Andy did go top left from landing site, and he found a missile door. So that's going to be opened up.
Some underwater wall jumps here to get out. Nicely done from Osse.
There we go.
Doing the same UWJs to get out. Which I learned earlier that underwater wall jumps are single-sided wall jumps, which I did not understand.
I remember that conversation that was going on. That was during the dash, right?
Yeah, very informative. So I was able to use it right. And Eddie apparently is just ridiculously spamming buttons. Pretty much. Exactly what an underwater wall jump looks like.
Yep, exactly. Something worth noting is in the bottom right of Everest, which I think Andy might try to get to right now. I think he saw that and he's going to try to bounce up to it. That's an E-tank. And that's one that Osse did pick up. Oh, poor Andy, man. He missed that infinite bomb jump and now he's not quite making this. But I know Eddie loves to talk about this, that filler E-tank that may not be a filler, right? The logic puts that in because it's like, hey, I'm just going to drop this here. But then once that's in, the logic says, well, now I know you can do this heated room. I know you can get through this area. So good for Andy to peel over and start going after that.
So I don't think we haven't seen upper right landing site yet, right?
Right, yeah, because Andy tried the infinite bomb jump. He was doing it. I thought he was good to go, but he did not make it.
And there's the missile door for missiles, so Watering Hole was the correct logic. And it's top of East Ocean.
All right, so we've got Sky Missile to check.
On behalf of everybody that watches these races,
can we please shuffle this thing into some other part besides left side criteria?
You know what? Be careful what you wish for, because then it's going to give you a shock tool.
It'll be right side criteria, and then the seed will troll, and then chat will have a good time trolling. Yeah. Stupers! We take those.
All right, that's big. And spring is not full luxury right now. That actually opens up a bit. That can be very useful.
And wrecked ship is found by Andy, and the spring ball allows for some really good underwater movement. I wonder if that spring ball was meant to be in logic for the watering hole. No, it couldn't have been, because you needed missiles to get through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say you needed missiles to get through the missile door, of course, to the top left of landing, and then that was what pushed through. Oh, that horizontal bomb jump from Osse. That was so good, but didn't quite get.
Oh! Hi, Fantoon!
Okay, we're doing a 5 missile, 5 and 5 Fantoon.
Let's go, Fantoon! Fantoon in the Red Tower? What a surprise!
Yeah. You just gonna ever just stumble into a boss like that?
Damn. No! Not Casino going down Red Tower. Oh! Fantoon, what are you doing here? Now, we have seen in this tournament, it's terrible, but we've seen it. A super missile-only Fantoon fight. It's so long and annoying.
I think that physically hurt me when you just said that. I don't even want to think about it. Thankfully, this is not supers only, and Osse's probably just got one more round ahead to close this out. Oh, and it's a fast. That's... Alright, a good Fantoon, and that'll open up the map. We get to see if there's any more immediate majors that get to be found. Andy's gone in a completely different direction.
What power bombs found? Andy needs something for this to pay off.
Speaking of that spring ball tech, that's not just luxury. Osse uses that to go ahead and get up so he doesn't have to take care of any more of those bomb jumps.
Andy finds his first super missile of the seed.
Alright, Criteria's got a load of hollows. And
yeah.
didn't see any other bosses.
No, I just saw the one major here at the top of Red Tower to the right. Not... Oh, that... Come on, Osse, showing off!
That was good. That was super
That was
slick.
pretty. High jump for Osse.
That's really good right now.
I think Twitch chat's pretty divided on who they're rooting for to win.
If only there was some way to have some kind of a poll or a vote.
I mean, I personally am rooting for just really good Super Metroid.
Yeah, I'm just here for the games. This is so much fun to watch.
Alright, this is the first time I've plugged this, but as the racers are going to do their thing, folks, if you're attending Speedgaming Live in person this year, and if you want to volunteer, Speedgaming crew is looking for volunteers that want to help out. Head over to sglive.speedgaming.org and sign up to volunteer today. If you are interested in donating to your favorite titles, there should still be time to donate as well over at the same link, sglive.speedgaming.org. And of course, make sure you all follow the runners, !R on the Twitch chat to follow the runners, !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. Oh, this... Andy found Kraid and Ridley, but no majors.
That Kraid's going to be something that he can knock out, but he cannot go for Ridley right now, which means that he's absolutely going to be coming back to this.
This hurts. This hurts for Andy. Andy's going to continue to go for this. I mean, it's not like Osse is anything ridiculously important, but has the Fantoon kill, has the criteria information, and Andy has that spring ball high jump. Oh, Andy needs this route to pay off in a massive way with a suit or something.
He could head down into Meridia after this crate, if I saw the map right. Maybe he can find something there that can start to push him forward. It's always difficult to say when runners diverge so much, but I have a hard time not saying that Osse's in the lead right now.
Agreed.
Oh, wow, the map is right there. Okay, there's Dre. One major? That's not an exciting map, and it's so spread apart.
Oh my gosh.
And you're looking at it like, what is this map? What?
Meridia is supposed to be bigger than this. This is bad. This is really bad. But again, Dragon's right there. This is really bad. Remember, Andy has gonna have to route all the way back to Criteria to get Fantoon. Oh, this is bad. And Osse already here in Meridia as well.
He's really using the Springwall tech, what he has available, to move so well and so fast.
Oh, hi, Botwoon. Osse's like,
See?
hi, Botwoon. See ya. Don't want to deal with you.
That nope was almost faster than the pants room in the last game.
Andy reset Kraid. Ouch.
Yeah, he took the reset on that.
Ooh.
He knows he's going to have to go back there for Ridley. So he just says, no, I'm just not going to deal with it. He really only has the ammo that he has and then just morph and bomb.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Eddie has a great comment. Osse takes another direction and gets 50 power bombs, whereas Andy gets all supers. Oh! Eddie would haul that copium. Remember, folks, the winner of this best of 3 advances to face Nitro in the lower bracket round 6. Loser is eliminated. No tissues provided. Maybe a friendly bro hug. It's X-Ray! That was an absolutely nothing, so Andy, no problem resetting out of there. It's not really anything that Andy's gonna need at the very beginning. Might eventually route that back in, but there's no purpose of having an Osse reset out of X-Ray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went into another room, saw missiles, he's like, no, there's nothing. I don't want to deal with this anymore, get out.
Now remember, there's 2 other places you can get to here in Meridia. Norfair and Brinstar. And there's the toilet into Norfair. So where is this gonna lead? Osse, please. Osse, please find an energy tank. Do something! Do a Super Metroid! Oh!
Whoa, charge! Okay, alright, this is
Did we
worth...
see that there last scene? Or was it a different spot?
I think it was a
No,
different spot.
Different spot. It was
early
fast
supers.
Early supers.
Yeah. Alright, so Andy just, in his reset, he went down through, he's found X-Ray. Took his own back to the last save again.
That charged pea shooter is gonna do Osse well.
Yeah, Andy's not feeling good through all of this. He's going through everything and he's just like, this is all I've got? Morph bombs and grapple? But he's about to find a charge on his own. So finally some good news for Andy.
I mean, folks, as viewers, as watchers, as fans, what more do you want from a Game 3. What more could you want from two runners the caliber of Osse and Andy? This is exactly what you want. Okay, post-bot's rune room. Not the fastest room without gravity, is gonna have just a power bomb. Clutch for Osse though. Remember, Andy got 2 extra power bombs. So Andy's already at 15. Osse, that's his second.
Oh, Andy, you're gonna have to get up there real quick.
Andy, please. Andy, please.
All right, he's gonna be able to farm up. Osse also had a clutch heat room run earlier. I think he made it through with like 20 HP right at the end.
Andy is the longest survivor of anyone in the lower bracket so far. Is this the end for Andy's lower bracket run? You know how incredibly difficult it is to be able to go through from the entirety of the lower bracket? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. North here with the goods and 3 in Big Pink.
Has Norfair been the hub in every game in this best of 3?
Idea. But
I know he was.
Look, wait for it. Come on, double suit and speed booster. Double suit and speed booster.
There's one.
Let's go.
Pancakes.
Let's go. Come on, Vario and speed booster.
Oh.
Wave.
Wait, implant. All right. That other one is so close too.
And what's the other major gonna be? Oh, this is great. All this for a reserve tank. Get out of the way, robot. We got 3 reserves and 2 energy tanks. I love it. Oh, this is great.
Andy's order of pancakes is out. And he doesn't have the map, so he doesn't know that Wave and Plasma are right down. Well, I'm sure he'll check. I mean, it's Big Pink. You don't know.
All right,
you don't
here
go
we
through Big Pink and not check all
Supers.
3.
Come on, Varia. Space.
Aww. Womp womp. Oh, Andy likes to see that.
Note my excitement when I saw it.
The working man's Plasma.
Fair. Look at all the majors. Got front gauntlet major. That's the ceiling. The ceiling has a major in Retro Bryn. That is Croc Escape major behind the Green Gate. That's a lot of heated rooms to get to that one. And there's one over here to the right. I don't know exactly what room that is, but it'll be an interesting play here for majors. There are 5 majors left that we haven't seen, and 4 in Norfair.
That's crazy.
It really is crazy. All right, so Valerian, serious question.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite pancakes.
Okay, well, see, this isn't.
Pancakes.
See, here's the thing. This isn't fair because I heard earlier when you were talking to the Dash Randos. I know your favorite is chocolate, so I could say that.
Chocolate chip. Yeah, well, technically it's blueberry. Technically blueberry.
Oh, okay. Although I heard chocolate chip. Well, there you go.
Chocolate chip also very delicious. My second favorite. But go ahead. Are you a waffle person?
I mean, 6 in one hand and a half dozen in the other. Oh, there's speed. We're just missing Varia for our favorite 3 now.
It's just how we're going to be thinking of Gravity, Vario, and Speed Booster going forward in that Brando.
Oh, that'll never not be a thing, though.
I mean, stop dodging the question! Pancakes!
Pancakes. Okay, pancakes. Probably chocolate chip. I could also just be really boring normal, but that's because of what. But because of what you put on the side with it, right? I like to go pancakes with a lot of like eggs, bacon, some good Canadian maple syrup. My wife's Canadian, so there's the bias.
I like it.
Oh, okay, ice.
All right, so I like it. So let's regroup. 2 majors in Norfair.
Yep.
Varia, Screw Attack, and Space remain. We've seen X-Ray. That was the Meridia major.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, do you go for the majors here in Norfair? You don't have Varia yet. You don't have a lot of energy. You know where Ridley is. You now have the best combo in the game. Charge Ice Wave Plasma does 900 charge shot damage. Where are you going next? That's the biggest question.
I think you absolutely go for those majors. I think no question, because with this little energy, if you were sitting on 8 E-tanks or something, you could do no Varia. But
again,
you don't.
We saw Seed 1 Variolus.
Uh-huh. But you don't have that here. You don't have the health for it.
No.
So just like how last seed I was talking about in the last game, hey, maybe it's a no charge seed. You can't ignore the hollows in that case.
Yeah,
but you could chase like 5 hollows, or you could get 1 major in its charge, and then that's it, you're done. And that's what happened. I think same thing here. You could chase all the hollows in the world for E-tanks to do a Novaria Ridley. Or you just go after those majors, you get Varia, you're set.
But even
and then all you need is
like, right, but like the biggest thing you think about not having Varia, Mother Brain does 600 damage without Varia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the other thing, was if you get Varia, and we're about to see Ice for Andy, so he's going to be 100% of beams as well. You get Varia, you're not just prepping for Ridley. You're also... Is he not going to get... Oh, he doesn't have high jump. Oh, that's right, Osse picked it up, Andy didn't.
Right.
That's okay, he got it with speed. Yeah, just confused there for a second. But yeah, you also get Varia because of that Mother Brain song. Both players right now, both competitors, would have the energy to take on Mother Brain. It's not all E-tanks, it's some reserves, but they could.
Right. Let's think of this from a logic standpoint. You know, we can talk about where we think they should go. Jack can talk about where they think they should go. Given the logic that we've seen, given the amount of majors that we have here in Norfair, what do you think the logic is telling the racers to do? Because I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I think it's go hunt the majors. I think Varia between the heated is just too important. Heated, Ridley, Mother Brain. And there it is.
And it's Varia! Bang! Osse go mode! Well, so much for that question, but so happy we timed it well on comms.
Well, and here's a fun follow-up. Do you care about Space Screw Attack?
Screw Attack made a difference. I'm not in Space Jump made a difference in game 1.
That's true.
I'm just saying. And look where Andy is. Andy's playing a little bit of catch up to where Osse is. I'm just saying.
If Osse passes up space, and then Andy gets it.
We had Space Jump make the difference in game 1, Revenge of the Space Jump in game 2. Could this be the Space Jump returns? Okay, those were terrible Star Wars references. I apologize. But still, man, this is really, really interesting. Osse's gonna grab double missiles here in Aqueduct. You're in Bringstar. You know where Crate is. You've defeated Fantoon. You know where Ridley is.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for Dragon. Okay, Dakara Room, speed locked map station.
I think Osse jumped the speed there just by habit. not in Brent. There's no Dragon in Brent. And yeah, chat saying Andy has not done Fantoon. That's right. He did do Crate earlier, but then he ended up reverting off of it. So yeah, process of elimination. Aussie knows where to go. He can start his boss hunt because he is. I think they're both full. No, Andy is now. He's finding Varia, just picking that up. So now he's full go mode as well.
Andy doesn't have the criteria information.
No, right now it's Aussie it's his to lose. He is the step ahead in just about every regard this game, just like Andy was in the last one. He's getting the items earlier. He's seeing the information earlier. Ironically, despite the differences, they're actually synced up on the room. Just a little bit of a difference in terms of knowledge that's available. So Aussie's absolute go mode. He is boss hunting. And then he can close out this best of 3. Andy would have been 2-0 in every match leading up to this, and then would suddenly be knocked out.
You can't even call this David versus Goliath. These are 2 Goliaths. These are 2 big-time players. You got, again, you could have asked for anything better for Game 3. This has been close the entire series. We knew it was going to be close because of the caliber of racers. And none of these races have disappointed. Coms hasn't disappointed. Eddie was on point. Valerian's on point. I'm here for the comedic relief. I'm kidding. PSI Tricky's done an outstanding job. Eddie's still hanging out with us in Twitch chat, being awesome as always. Nevdi hanging out, who I predicted to win this entire thing. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, and Nevdi is saying in chat, read Andy's face. And yeah, he's...
Yep.
All right, so he's going to see the map here. He's going to be very disappointed not seeing any bosses.
Yep.
Seeing
Which by
one
process
major.
of elimination, you know exactly where they are.
Well, Aussie does.
Oh boy, Andy's like, where is the bosses? Remember, Andy, because of the initial route he took into Turian and Wreck Ship, never went back with, logically, because of how early we got bombs, to get up upper right of landing site, to go to the map station, which ended up being the Wreck Ship map station, and Fantoon was there the entire time. That's where logic with the seed wanted them to go. Then do all this ridiculous routing. Valerian, I can only imagine how much crap that people watch my Counter-Strike cast they give me and they don't tell me about it. Because my Counter-Strike cast can be louder than this.
I've never heard you, actually. I mean, I've heard you only through Super Metroid, so you're going to have to point me to some of your Counter-Strike cast if you've got VODs available.
That I can do. I'll DM you later. But, yeah. WX, the Stephen A. Smith of Brando. Wait a minute! I mean, I appreciate the top tier piece, but Stephen A? Interesting.
If there's anybody in chat who's got good Photoshop skills.
Oh my gosh, no.
Please. Alright, no Croc today. Not if Osse can help it.
Oh, man. Anyway, Osse is about to roll away with this. Still needs to go and defeat the other 3. Only so far has defeated Fantoon. Goat of comms. Stephen A. or me, Seffi? I mean, if you watch Counter-Strike, I've taken a lot of inspiration from Scrawny, and then Machine and Sponge. Like, so a lot of my commentary is based off my own style, but obviously listening to those pros is kind of like how I enjoy my type of style, so. Easy Botwoon fight for Osse. Osse, can you do a crystal flash so we can see the special animation of the blue suit, please?
He doesn't have the supers for it.
Just find some supers and do it for chat.
Yeah, pick up a quick 5.
Come on.
It might be right above.
Just do it.
Good green gate hit. It looked like he shot it off screen. All right, Andy's found Fantoon.
So I said chat's having fun. You know who's not having fun right now is Andy. Andy, you can tell as soon as he entered the Fantoon room, he was really not happy. He's like, really? This has been here the entire time?
Oh, no. I think both of his missiles hit flames there.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh, come on, Fantoon! Be nice! Be nice. Slow? Really? What is this? Finally,
at least
fast. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, this is. Ow! That one hurt. That one hurt, and I wasn't even playing in the game. That hurt. A 4-round Fantoon, slow, fast, slow. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is. Ugh. That hurt, and I'm just commentating. Beautiful combo from Osse to start.
yeah, it should be a really quick shrimp kill for him.
Yeah.
Yep, easy.
Beautifully done.
Great
So
when
I
you
know
have
there
a
might be
beam.
a lot of. Sorry, Valerian, go ahead.
No, it's all good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know there might be a lot of like newer people that are watching. If you don't know what we mean by slow and fast, Fantoon can have 3 patterns when you battle Fantoon. Can have a fast pattern, a mid pattern, or a slow pattern. That's the only 3 patterns Fantoon gives. Slow, obviously, if you've watched any percent runs ever, or any 100% runs or anything else, Fantoon is one of the biggest RNG pieces to any of those vanilla runs because of those patterns. You ideally want to get fast, even mids you'll be happy with. Right? But like when you're trying to race for world records and everything else, heck, even in a race like this, you get bombarded with 3 slow patterns like that against an opponent, especially the tier of Osse's caliber, it feels really bad.
I feel like the game starts fighting you because it's not even throwing a little bit of RNG in your favor on that.
So Osse's now gonna fight Kraid. Remember, Andy reset out of Kraid. And this is really weird routing for Andy. You got Kraid into Meridia to Dragon. Do you just go to Ridley now, go Ridley, Kraid, Dragon, back to Motherbrain? Because Osse's just gonna go Kraid, Ridley, Motherbrain, done.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do if you're Andy? Do you just get Ridley, Kraid, and then go get Dragon and then route back in? Or do you go all the way to Dragon and route everything else back out?
I've got bad news.
Uh-oh.
Osse still doesn't have more than 5 supers, so he can't Crystal Flash.
Man! Do it for chat! Do it for me! Andy not happy. You could just see the expression on his face.
No DLC for him today. Gets the Kraid kill a second time.
Bye-bye. Supers! Awesome.
Oh, there we go.
Do it. Show off the Mega Man sprite. Do it. Do it. I think this is probably one of the more underrated Samus sprites in the game. The, you know, you Crystal Flash and you get the old school Mega Man. I personally like using the Mega Man X sprite.
I mean, that's just goated, honestly. No bias. Completely objective. I've never seen the Crystal Flash on this one. Andy, however, did see Dragon, so he's making his way up there now. But Osse's already got Dragon. And has already got, we see on the tracker, already got Kraid too. Got that earlier. Now gonna knock off Ridley. And then it's just Mother Brain and go. Go for it.
The fastest seat completion in this tournament is 40 minutes and 11 seconds by Eddie.
Do you think Osse beats it? Because this escape is so fast.
Osse has a legitimate chance of beating it. 38 minutes, 17 seconds, Ridley done. Remember, where Mother Brain is, get your predictions in now, Twitch chat. How long is the escape timer going to be? I'm going with 30 seconds. Mother Brain is just right to the north. Mother Brain's in Torian. It's this, right up into Torian, into Mother Brain.
Oh, Andy.
Andy
Unfortunately
gets
got grabbed there.
So it's in intervals of 10 seconds under a minute, and then it's intervals of 5 seconds. It will never have an odd. It will never have any number at the end besides a 5 or a 0. Eddie's saying Osse was mad I had the fastest time. So at the rate this is going, this is going to depend. Where in Torian is this going to get Osse? And it is Parlor. Mother Brain is right there. It will not be the fastest time, but Osse, if he finishes this seed as quick as we think, Osse is going to be in the top 10 fastest times in this tournament.
Oh, probably top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think the top 5 when I did the recap was 40 minutes to 42 seconds, 42 minutes? 40 to 42?
Good skip.
I mean,
through.
clearly Osse's no Eddie, so I'm just saying. How dare you not be, beat Eddie's 40-11. Eddie clearly goated. Also, I said this to Eddie when we were in pre-show. You know, Eddie has 5 letters in his name. Osse and Andy, only 4 in theirs. Clearly, that means Eddie's better.
5 is larger than 4.
It's factually correct.
Yeah,
However,
the math checks out.
Yep. However, all jokes aside here, it's going to be a 20 charge beam shot Mother Brain fight here. Osse doesn't even need to use supers. So supers, we haven't really talked about it, but in these settings, one of the quality of life things in Map Rando is super missiles do double damage to Mother Brain 1 and 2. Easy enough. Fast Mother Brain fight. 40 minutes, 42 seconds. Here we go.
Last call for guesses on the escape.
Yep, I'm going 30 seconds. Get the rest of your guesses in now.
Say even 20. I'd love to see a sub 30-second escape. Like on the timer. 35.
seconds.
Oh, it's close.
Wow.
Hey,
All
Bob,
you
in
that
chat
guessed
right there.
35 seconds, congratulations. You get a virtual cookie.
I'm giving you all a thumbs up. You can't see it, but it's there.
Remember, because of where Torian was in relation to the wrecked ship, it was upper right landing site. There's Criteria, there's Everest. This is Connector. Oh, it was bottom right. That's
Bottom
right,
right,
it was
yep.
bottom. Ta-da! Ladies, gentlemen, and however you identify, Osse beats Andy 2 games to 101.
Huge congrats to Osse for that.
Oh, GG's to both racers. Valerian, before we get the racers in here, you gotta give us your thoughts. What did you think of this best of 3?
I love how close it was. There were so many times where we were saying, I'm not sure who exactly is ahead, or even when one person was ahead, the other had a few opportunities where they could suddenly have cut through, found the right item, made the right move, and pushed forward. It's an incredible match between the two of them. We would be so lucky if even half the remaining games of the tournament were this good.
Absolutely, and here comes our winner. Osse 101, GG's, and congratulations on your victory. You're on to face Nitro in lower bracket round number 6.
Thank you, GG's.
Andy's going to be joining us here as well. There's Andy. GG's, Andy.
Yo, GG's.
Yep, GG. That was a really good race. I don't know. You made me work for the win.
That's all I could ask for.
That first game, I thought I was going to be okay in the series, and then it scared me a little.
Yeah, I think the route I ended up stumbling into in that last race was just not the better one. Where I think me and Osse probably routed the first one pretty similarly. And then I felt really good about my second one. But yeah, just finding all the bosses and none of the majors instead of the opposites kind of sucked.
Well,
Actually, a little hard to remember, like, to differentiate the 3 races now.
Well, game 1 was Attack of the Space Jump. Game 2 was Revenge of the Space
Right.
Jump. Game 3 was Never Finding Space Jump.
Yes, a game 2 in Space Jump. I was
Yeah, that
trying
was-
to follow logic so hard, and it just makes you run across the world a bunch of times to get Space Jump, and you don't need it.
Yep.
Yep. Or as Dre particularly says, race 2 was grab into speed into Varia.
Yeah.
What a combo!
Yeah, so that second race, just I went back for space. I was so positive that was going to be Gravity Suit because of Main Street. And then it wasn't, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't really want to blind explore Big Pink a second time and take the doors even further. So let's just check the second door in Main Street. And then we get Everest, and I'm like, well, I can do Crab Hole, I guess. And then I didn't even know what to do after getting Gravity Speed Varia back to back. It was a lot. You went from 0 to 100 instantaneously.
When you get like a triple major like that, a lot of times when you get one major, it's like, okay, this opens up this area that I saw, or now I'm able to do this kind of a trick or whatever. When you get 3 like that all together, is it just kind of overwhelming because you have to stop and think about all the different ways that are now opened up to you and think about where you should go next?
Thankfully, the areas were pretty just 1-to-1. There wasn't that wreck ship or that Torian having 3 different areas connected to it, right? There wasn't really anything like that in the second race.
I thought seeing the items is Ridley is right there. I can't kill Ridley. How do I kill Ridley?
Yep.
I didn't like the items around him,
Right.
so I went for more majors.
Yeah. Yeah, that was even if the 2 hollow dots in Mama Turtle were both supers, I don't have enough ammo to kill Ridley, so there's no point.
I was
especially
pretty close. I had 20
I
power bombs.
I think I maybe only had 15 at that point. But I didn't want to, and if I went hoping for supers, they were going to be power bombs. So that's how it usually goes.
So I heard we both went for charge, but I was kind of thinking afterwards that ammo might have been okay because first charge was in a pretty bad spot, but also we had a lot of the hollows from the early collection. So I had like 10 total health tanks and 30 or so power bombs. So that meant there were going to be a lot of supers. And we passed by a lot of them, at least on the way to charge. So it's just the thought I had. But mostly I'm upset about Space Jump. I wanted to know what it put in logic, so I went to Moat, because Space Jump gives you Moat.
Yep.
But it wasn't that. Space Jump actually lets you reach the middle door of Main Street.
Oh, because you can like
The
space
wall
jump,
jump is not
closer
logic.
to the.
Yes, you can space
Oh
jump
my
closer to the
God.
transition, and you have better control.
That's really funny. Oh god.
All right. Well, Osse, congratulations on getting the 4th fastest time in the tournament. Well done.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the clock at all until the end. That was a really fast finish.
It really was.
Like,
Well-
it did seem fast, running into early movement items next to Fantoon, followed by suits and speed. But then I did a lot of extra stuff, so I wasn't really sure about my time.
Yeah. So speaking of Fantoon, Andy, in game number 3 here, I'm curious, what was the thinking once you went into Turian and then into Wreck Ship? Once you found bombs, did you ever have an inkling to go back to landing site and finish out Criteria?
So going back for bombs but not having any missiles yet, not really.
Okay.
I was trying my hardest just to not go back because that would have just been like a raw time loss essentially. Where like if I had just checked like crab hole and then jumped with grapple back up like I ended up doing anyways on my way back through. I just didn't want to just I can't really take that raw time loss to Osse in a race. So I kind of was just like, Criteria's dead to me for a long time. And then, at a certain point, I was just looking for Fantoon. And I forgot that I had never gotten Criteria map. So I was like, Fantoon's got to be in Bryn. And then I saw that map in the Ghidorah room and checked the right door. And I was like, Fantoon's not here. What's happening? But yeah, I mean, finding out that high jump and spring ball were there really feels bad because that definitely would have made things a little quicker. But what can you do?
I also got my first supers up there. I don't know where you got supers.
My supers were in Wreck Ship, I think. No.
Yes. Was it that or Turian?
Oh, yeah.
got it
No,
at
it was
Edecoons.
Wreck Ship. Yep.
Yeah, you got it at
Edecoons were my
line.
supers.
I got those at the very end.
Yeah, because I pulled like the missile pack and the E-tank out of watering hole, and then got maybe it was a reserve, and then I got the E-tank out of like JLPBs and bottom right Mount Everest, and then I went to Wreck Ship from there.
Very cool. All right, Valerian. What else from you?
Nothing else from me. Thank you all both for such an incredible best of 3 and for all the great races that y'all have brought. GG's to both racers. Thank you, WX, for all the comms. Thank you, PSI. Shout out to once more for the first time tracker. Did a great job on that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Floor is open to the racers.
Shout out to Andy for giving his all, putting on a great race. Feels like everyone plays harder in these 1v1 races. like you and Oates, very hard to beat. But then also everyone left in the tournament. It's gonna be super strong. So no telling how it'll go from here. Yeah, GG's. Thanks for the race.
Yeah, GG's. I'm glad that they were close. That's like all I was kind of hoping for. Making top 8 was probably like my goal going in, because I'm not a Super Metroid speedrunner, really.
Yeah, you could fool a lot of us.
But being able to play this close with Osse and just like be in the list of like SM rando gods that are also in top 8, and I guess the rando gods and Oates. I don't know if he's considered a rando god yet.
I love how Oates is literally just left separate.
But Map Rando is a really good time, and I've definitely gotten better at Super Metroid. I don't think I've ever played Super Metroid as much as I have in the last like 3 months. But yeah, thanks for putting this tournament on. It was a lot of fun. And I'll never let the Super Metroid community live down that they let a Zelda player get top 8 in this. So.
I love it. All right. Well, it's time for us to get on out of here. Some folks asking in Twitch chat, well, what else is next tonight? That is actually it for Map Rando for this week. The next set of games is going to be, as I pull up the bracket, we have Osse heading on to face Nitro in lower bracket round number 6. And none other than Eddie versus Oates and Goats. Lower bracket round 6. Someone is going forward. Someone is getting eliminated. Those happen next week. Other stuff going on Metroid-wise. We have nothing else happening on Speedgaming right now. I know there are a couple of people that are streaming some Super Metroid, so go and follow some of these racers. Make sure you give them a follow, !R on the Twitch chat, !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. And folks, let's get on out of here. For Osse, for Andy, for Eddie, commentating on Game 1, Valerian commentating Games 2 and 3. Valerian, thank you. Eddie, thank you. And a big, massive shout out and thank you to PSI Tricky 19 for a fantastic trio of tracking. Great first-time tracker. Make sure you give them all a follow. I'm WXFan21 saying we will see you next mission.